Welcome to Sitrep. I'm Brill.
I'm Red.
I'm Shifty.
I'm exotics.
Okay, we gotta get better at that. Holy fuck!
Yeah, I
You-
Well,
know.
we didn't
hold on,
know a fucking
wait,
order.
What?
Fuck
Yeah,
you
what
mean we gotta
order?
get
What
better?
are we
You
doing?
didn't give
What
us
the
an order.
fuck do you mean?
Yeah,
We can't read your mind, dog. What's up?
that's valid. That's valid. All right. So, SI is over. Three of us is in pain. One of us is so incredibly up, it's not even funny.
Oh yeah.
Get fucked.
So let's talk about it.
Oh my god.
So, let's talk about it. Shifty, you have some words you look like you want to say. You want to get us started?
Listen, man. If I see Cyber on a zombie again, I'm gonna fucking break something. I swear to God. Listen, I don't know if you saw it, but I think it was on Border. The motherfucker threw two zombies on a hard wall while an ace charge was on it. It's gonna break the fucking Azami. And it did, and he died.
Plus, they can actually shoot his zombies now, too. He's even more fucked.
Well, yeah, there's that. But no, it was just this shit was painful because we were so close. We were up one more round.
Yeah.
One more fucking
All
round.
of Shifty's teams kind of got bodied here. M80's just been... They've had a year. Bolo got fucking unlucky and caused the caster to drop the F-bomb.
Listen, that was the greatest moment of S.
That's the clip of the tournament, just because it's like...
Absolutely.
Look, Antero said shit. That was one of the clip of the tournament. This is way worse. This is like...
Yeah, we should have a petition to allow casters to do this.
If
So
it's heat of the moment, I think they're allowed to. It's like a one-time pass.
Given the moment when it happened, like
one-time
it
pass
was-
type thing.
it was justifiable.
How much do they get fined?
Probably just like a few $100.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
nothing too big.
Yeah,
It's esports. They don't care. They just want to please the sponsors.
Well, yeah, because sponsors care about it.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Anyways, like, there's a lot of disappointment, I feel like, this time.
Yeah.
Like, Los and Geek, I feel like, really dropped the ball compared to Atlanta.
Geek definitely did. I was excited to see them come in after what we saw at Atlanta, but I think they were a different team.
And Falcons has proven that they are once again inept on LAN. Like,
And I
I'm
think
sorry. Something's not working. It's time to fix it.
For the situation with Geek, I feel like because this is their first year in the league, it's their first SI. So I believe a combination of pressure has like really gotten to them, and that's really hammered their
I'm
performance.
gonna stop that right now. Noodle is leading that team. Noodle played at the last SI, and also that also applied to Falcons, and Falcons made it out of groups.
Mm-hmm.
That's true. I think there was just something that they found at Atlanta that they just weren't able to find at this event. I'm not sure exactly what I didn't see all the games, but I was just seeing the scores afterwards.
Also, I'm just gonna say this right now. Twitch chat's gotta drop the vendetta against Ashen because holy shit, that dude's just having fun.
And Twitter. I mean, you go on Twitter and you just look up Ashen.
It's
and-
like,
What
oh,
happened with Ashen? What am I missing?
people are mad he talks shit. That's it.
yeah.
Like everybody does it at the end of the day. Like everybody does it in between games.
Like
It's
when
not-
Canadian did it, it was funny. Everyone talks about the why am I so much fucking better than you? Like that's like iconic. But Ashen tells someone to hold his nuts, and all of a sudden, oh no, he's the bad guy.
I don't know. I hate when people get mad at shit talking esports. Honestly,
It's
it was
fun. Esports is
That's the
built off
charm of
trash
it.
talk.
It's
Yeah, it was
it's a
just
part
of
of
it. Exactly.
it's a
yeah,
part of the job.
it's a part of the job. Is what made clips work and all that.
Yeah.
Like I don't know the craziest. My favorite clip of all time in esports comes from Call of Duty with Scump.
Jumping up, beating his chest.
Not that one. It was Black Ops 2, and he was like, "Look at the fucking scoreboard, we're the best in the game." Like that shit.
Oh,
shit
that
was-
one.
Yeah, that one was iconic. But nowadays it's like you shit talk, you get fined. You know, you get criticized on Twitter for everything. It's just I don't like that. I
Yeah.
want this shit talk to be
And,
back.
and that's also another consequence of esports becoming as big as it is. Because back then we didn't have these issues because esports wasn't really as big as it is.
Not
today.
even that big. It's just that I feel like we tried to franchise too early. We saw Blizzard franchise. We saw Riot franchise. Then Blizzard tried to jump in and do it with like these like billionaires, and Activision did it, and now it's just all a hyperinflated mass. That's why it's in the recession it is now, because we're all finally realizing maybe teenagers shouldn't make more than neurosurgeons.
No? You don't think so?
No.
I don't know, man.
Bro,
That
I'm
seems
dumb as shit
expensive.
with money. If you gave me a neurosurgeon salary, I'd like buy a fucking Ferrari or some shit and crash it.
Hey, man, it's just they worked for it, right? Like they played video games, man. They worked for it. They didn't save no lives. It's fine.
They're
Like-
saving our lives while we watch.
Flicking
the
heads is more important than fixing heads.
FaZe didn't save mine.
Yeah, I was about to say
Motherfucker.
after
Come
what
on.
happened in the final.
Okay.
You sure there's a lot of saving
Also,
happening?
I'm just gonna say,
Bro.
I'm gonna say it right now. That's gotta be unlucky from FaZe. That's 2 6-1s you've had in 2 events that you threw. You effectively gave the other team a 7-0 on match point. Congratulations.
script went crazy, and actually, one thing I noticed while looking at the stats for that final match, on Nighthaven, they every round, whether that be from FaZe Clan or W7M, ended in the elimination of the other team. No objectives were completely finished. No one won by time. All were eliminations, and by round 8, all the way to round 14, which was the 7-round win streak, the legendary run that W7M had, all ended off them just completely eliminating FaZe Clan without playing the objective.
Brazil.
Brazil. The
Brazil,
butter-
man. That's just Brazil.
Listen, all I'm gonna say,
Aggressive gunplay.
all I'm gonna say, year 9 is the Brazil nerf. That's it.
Yeah.
I mean,
Except
yeah.
except Bidakane. That motherfucker got buffed with the new shields.
Yeah, no, he's gonna have a field day with it. And that's another thing I noticed. A lot of teams are bringing out the Monty, but they just wasn't working like at all. G2 brought it multiple rounds. They absolutely collapsed.
DZ brought it multiple times.
Yeah.
DZ brought it as
I
well.
think the
a lot
only
of-
one who's able to use it is Vidakane because he understands that, like, if he is just a pest, he's gonna win those rounds on time if he has a case down.
Yeah.
Because, like, you
And-
can't defuse, you have to try and kill the Monty, and he is very good at tap dancing on the Monty. As much as you
Yeah.
hate it, you have to admit he's one of the best in the world at it,
Yeah,
undeniably.
Monty's the best operator for post-plant situation, especially in 1v1s, because the other person can't do anything about it, and especially they won't do anything about it once season 1 comes out with year 9 with all the shield
We're
rewards.
gonna see a lot more nitros being run just to counter the
Yeah.
Monty. His ban rate's about to skyrocket against some teams as
N-
well.
Not even just nitros. We'll see a lot of impact grenades as for ease of use.
Tachanka's
you-
pick rate's gonna go through the roof. Let's see at it, boys.
Oh God.
Plus,
Uh,
he
feel
has an
Oryx
ACOG
is
now.
gonna start being put on the board a lot more too.
and another
Well,
thing that
Oryx.
He's got a lot of vertical play too, like especially on maps like Cafe or Bank where you have so many hatches that are in corners of the map. You can just
The
go
only-
anywhere.
The only problem is when they first showed the rework, they showed that if you time your melee right with the Oryx dash, you knock him back instead.
So it's
the
it's
shield.
now a very big bit of counterplay, and shields now demand much more respect than they used to.
yeah.
Also, I'm gonna
But
say
I don't
this.
know. Well,
we
the
were-
thing is, it depends. It also depends on how tight that timing is. Because if it's super tight, it's gonna be like a once in a lifetime play. But if it gives you a little wiggle room of when you can actually melee and knock back the Oryx, then
I mean, if you,
it- it-
I don't think it's gonna be that difficult because I mean, for a while now, it's been possible to knife an Oryx. Like if you're not playing a shield, it's been possible
That's
to
true.
knife an Oryx as he hits you and you kill him while he's knocking you back.
yeah,
that's
I feel like it's gonna be.
it's
pretty
gonna
similar
be
concept
like
to that.
you know those clips where
Okay.
someone gets air jabbed as they're firing their gun, and they just like hit someone as they're flying.
yeah.
It's gonna be like that. It's not gonna be common, but we're gonna see it.
It's all gonna be about.
I feel like that's gonna be like a round decider at one of the majors, though, and it's gonna go down in history.
all it is picture perfect timing from the individual. That's all it comes down to.
You just gotta hit him in the iframes.
No, like
That's not how
Easy.
iframes work. I'm fucking stupid. God damn it.
Messed that
But
up.
yeah, also, I know we're not talking about Y9 until later, but we're talking about shields. I might as well mention it. They said that Thermite might get a shield. I don't know how to feel about that one.
Thermite
Uh,
might get a shield.
I don't think people will use it.
It's
No one's
it's
really
gonna
I can tell
get
you one person who's definitely not gonna be playing Thermite Shield.
You.
NJR.
oh, absolutely. That
Fucking
dude
Fragmite.
Yeah,
pulled out
goddamn.
Fragmite and
What
put
happened there?
every single support player to shame. Like, I'm sorry, if you use the I'm playing Thermite, I don't have to have a good KD, we're showing you that performance from now on.
Yeah.
There is no more excuses.
Like, there's no excuse for you. Like, I get it. You're a support player. You're not gonna have a lot of kills, but like the problem is that you can't just be absolute garbage, like at the game. Like you have to win your ones when you're put into that spotlight, and you can't use the excuse, "Oh, I'm just a support player." Like you have to show up. At the end
Being
of the day,
support
Yeah.
is not an excuse to have a
Well, I
points
mean,
fix.
especially
Yeah.
when you're playing a hard breacher. Like after you use your hard breach, you're essentially just a gun.
yeah,
It's
You have no
why
more utility. If you're not on the diffuser, you're just a gun at that point.
yeah.
it's
Which
like
means you have to have the gun skill to.
Therm, Ace, Maverick, and Bonded. They're all 4 incredible guns because the second that you get those hashes or you get that wall or whatever it is you need to do, you are just a gun with flashes. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, he was for the event. He was plus 53 on KD, and he was plus 9 on entry. Well,
He
damn near
was.
He also had like the
on that.
highest overall rating while
Yeah, he
doing
had the
all
highest
that.
rating. He was, I think, in top 3 for KD.
Jesus Christ, man.
I think it was
Like,
I
he
think it was
was-
second, only behind Handy.
It could be.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of Handy, can we? That's the new like most famous heart touching moment at SI. Nade parading Handy around, making the crowd hype him up.
Yeah. that
Like
was-
you
that was
knew
awesome.
if they would have let him, he would have taken his ass up there and had him with the hammer as well.
Yeah.
But he even tried. I guarantee he tried.
Yeah, he probably tried.
It's like
Production
because there was an
control.
official next to him. I'm willing to bet he asked at some point. They were like probably like,
Yeah.
no, sorry, lol.
No, they didn't even say lol. Hold on, that's crazy. They definitely did not tell him. They did not laugh in his face.
I mean, they probably let him. Well, I mean, they probably let most people up, but they most likely, like after stream ended, he was probably up there with the hammer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Probably.
Definitely after stream ended.
Or like
Can
after it cut back to the desk or something.
Yeah.
Can we talk about the atmosphere of Brazil at this event?
It's
That
Stadium.
was
crazy, like especially after the joystick thing, where like they got spit on and like had shit put on them.
Yeah.
There were clips going around of the crowd chanting "Joystick, we're sorry,"
yeah.
which like.
Yeah.
I think it is a problem that players getting spit on. It's now happened at 2 events, and it's something that we have to start talking about because it's like, if players are getting spit on, is it worth going to Brazil if they're just gonna get harassed like that?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
To
I'm
be
actually-
fair, it's a good sign though that they one did the chance because it was like it's the heat of the moment. I'm gonna be real. I've never seen a Siege crowd get that fucking riled up for any event like throughout.
oh yeah, no,
so-
I think the closest it got was like the cameraman 1v4 at Atlanta, where everyone was out of their seats on their feet applauding him.
Yeah,
Mm.
but like W7M's matches, especially towards the later days and definitely the grand finals, there was like more than 75% of the round was just the crowd cheering. Like,
Plus, like, I
I mean,
remember
after every single kill on either side,
the
you could hear
stakes.
the entire
Yeah.
arena erupt.
The stakes
10,000
of the stakes of the match with FaZe were also a little bit different because that was a guaranteed second place match.
Mhm.
yeah.
Whoever won that match guarantees second place and would guarantee a 1-2 for Brazil.
Yeah.
So it's like I kind of understand, but at the same time, it's gotta get reined in.
And
Well,
it's
yeah.
also a hefty amount of money as well for second place as well, 450,000.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah,
They got the bag for that one.
especially for Brazilian players, that's it's
Mhm.
borderline
Yeah, that-
life changing.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
All right, but let's talk about the upcoming majors and what we want to see. Let's start with Manchester. I feel like for Manchester, we have to see a lot of rosters seriously turned around or start to do it well because it's just not been
Yeah.
working.
Definitely.
They've been running a lot of these rosters have been running with the same core squad for the longest time, and it hasn't really been paying out for them for a long
We're-
time. So
We're starting to see a lot of shakeups over in EU. I know that the BDS core has been shaken up.
yeah,
Where's the G2 shakeup? Give me it.
I don't know yet. It's probably just gonna be
Or-
fucking dropping Doki, honestly.
yeah.
Tail. Really? Did he not?
He did all right, but
Ooh.
it's either gonna be Doki or Benja in my opinion. Because let's face it, Benja fell off the face of the fucking planet.
Yeah, in my honest
That's
opinion, I
true.
think it
Yeah,
might just be
Benja definitely did.
I
He
think Benja
had
might
one of
be
the
a different-
single worst performances you've ever seen from a player of his caliber this year.
Yeah.
Like, he went from breaking records, MVP at SI, winning SI, to just kind of being just another run-of-the-mill player.
I think he just caught lightning in a bottle. This might be it.
Yeah.
I think he's able to reproduce what he was doing
Yeah.
with that SI.
Yeah, it basically when it comes to Manchester and especially Manchester, if they do decide to keep Benja and potentially switch him out in between from Manchester to Montreal, but Benja has to show up. Like he has to show up and he has to perform at a high level. Because what we saw at SI was just not the Benja that we were
I think that's the
expecting.
win condition. He's had two kind of iffy events. He was still like decent at Copenhagen, but not as good. And then after
Mhm.
Fabian, he just kind of fell off a cliff. So I think it's going to be like figure your shit out, or you're gone. We're going to give you to the other team.
Yeah. And speaking of performances falling off, another player who I was actually very disappointed in was Ambi from Sonics.
Do we just want to do highs and lows right now then?
Highs and lows? Sure. We
All
can
right,
start
start
highs
with
and
start
lows.
with Ambi because you already talked about Ambi.
Yeah. So, and I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna pull up his stats real quick.
Like let's just put it this way: Ambi was NA's golden boy coming into this event.
Yeah.
He was like the most hyped up player. Everybody was excited to see this because I think
For
we
sure.
all remembered Spiff's debut from last year, where he went on a miracle run, was a
Spiff don't whiff.
playmaker, and made top 4.
Spiff don't whiff, man.
And I think we were all kind of expecting that from Ambi because he used to team with Spiff, and then he just kind of cratered.
Yeah. Like if we look at the last match that the Sonics played, and was that
Versus
W7
W7M.
on this was map on Bank and Clubhouse where Sonics
map hurt.
really fell off.
The last 2 maps at Clubhouse were just slaughters. That's 2
Was
back to.
Clubhouse.
Like, you never want to lose 2 rounds back to back in front of a crowd that's already against you, but to lose them flawlessly has to be the most demoralizing thing ever.
Yeah, and Ambi's rating, he lowest rating out of the entire players these match, rating 0.4, and his cost was at a whopping 37%. 1 for 8 on entry, 6 for 16 KD, and 1 plant, and he just wasn't himself.
We can kind of I think we have to hold off on how we judge him though for a little bit because
Yeah, I mean, we could put it off to nerves. I mean, it's his first
you're making your
event in
debut.
Pro League.
It's his first
At
one at Pro
SI.
League. It's SI, and he's in
Yeah.
enemy territory. Let's be real.
Yeah.
But who?
I feel like he has a lot more to show,
It's
but he just
he has to recover in the first stage of NA League, and then he has to show up at Manchester if he's to qualify. If he's to qualify for Manchester, he's got to qualify for Montreal. If he doesn't qualify, if they don't qualify for either major, questions have to be asked about whether or not dropping Gunner for Ambi was the right move.
Yeah.
And then do you want to talk about your winner, Red?
So my winner I've chosen is obviously a player from W7M where I've picked KZ. Now KZ is the MVP of this SI, and he was also the MVP at Copenhagen as well. KZ has been an absolute phenomenal player, especially this SI. He's just been going off on um the entire scene, to be completely honest with you. And he showed up for his team when they needed the most, and that's why he's my
It's like it kind
highlight
of felt
player
like
for the-
if Herds doesn't show up, JV shows up. If JV doesn't show up, KZ shows up.
Yeah.
And now it's kind of swapped where if KZ doesn't show up, Herds shows up. If Herds doesn't show up, JV shows up. It's kind of just like all rotated around. It's like it's scary now because at any moment W7M can just drop the hat and have another MVP.
And that's actually one of the best things about W7M is that any one of their players could just pop right off.
They're all like don't get me wrong, I'm not a W7M writer, but like they are the new gold standard for siege teams.
Yes.
And it's now put the biggest target on their back because like after you win 1 tier 1 event, everyone's got a target on your back. 2 tier 1 events, you got a bigger target. Three tier 1 events in a row with 1 being a world championship you did it all in 1 year. Teams are gonna be VOD reviewing them. We already saw it at SI. Cracks are starting to show in that armor.
Yeah.
It's like right now is the most crucial time for at W7. It's they gotta get on this new org, and they gotta adapt or die. I'm just gonna have to see how it plays out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna switch to mine. My winner is Brendo from Bliss, and really all of Bliss. Oceania has not been a really well respected region, especially in APAC. In Bliss, the past few events have come out to fucking play. Like,
Yeah, they did do well.
Mhm.
they only lost 2 G2 which is not a tall order considering you are losing to the reigning world champions, and Brendo is the highest rated player on Blitz with a 1.2. He outranked Lobin and a couple of W7M players. Like, he came out to ball. And my loser is Volps. Let's talk about Volps.
Oh god, here we go.
Let's talk about
Here
Volps.
we go.
Here we go.
What hasn't been said about Volps yet that we can say? You made grand finals with the team that has now won a world championship. You left for Liquid. You made it to a grand final against the team you left and get 3-0'd. Fail to qualify for the next major. Your old team wins that one as well. Make it to the world championship. Knocked out before main stage. Your old team wins the world championship. Like, it's gonna go down as one of the worst roster moves in LATAM, if not Siege overall, I feel like. And it sucks because he's a good player. Like, he definitely has the spark. He has what it takes to win a world championship, I feel. But he just made a really shitty call. Got replaced with people who better fit the core. And now he's kind of like the what if of W7M.
What do you think the problem is on like Liquid then? If he's
I
he's got the
think it's
ability to do it?
just I think it's just that like it's not gelling as well because like Nesk and Paulo, they're still good players, but they're just not the same as they were, and Liquid's kind of still trying to build around them because they've been so hyped up. Like they're both plus 1,000 KD players. Like you understand it, they're two of the best players to ever touch the game. But I think at this top point, it's time you stop building around them and start putting them into positions to support new young guns that are coming out of Brazil. Like Liquid could pick up Fantasy tomorrow and like put them on like support flex roles, and they would instantly be a top contending team. I feel. But that's probably not going to happen if the rumors of Furia coming back are true.
Exotics, who you got?
For my top, I think I already said it. I've got NJR. I mean, if you look at him, he was on support. He's a hard support player.
Highest rated player of the
He
event.
had the highest rating in the entire event. I just looked at it. He's got the third highest KD in the entire event,
Did he also have the most
only
clutches?
behind Handy and KZ.
He had the highest.
No,
cost.
Nate had the most clutches, and
He had the
he was
highest cost.
tied with Yas for the highest cost. Like, you can't look at a player like NJR and say that he's not one of the best that there is right now.
Yeah.
He could not have performed any better.
He's undeniably in the top conversation for top 10, maybe even top 5 in the world.
I'd say top 5.
Okay.
I'd easily say top 5. I mean, he was top 10 for almost every stat that was in the
Yeah.
event. He was top 3 for 3 separate stats. Like, he's just you can't do better than that on hard support.
Yeah.
Then who was your loser? Let's hear it.
My loser, this is probably gonna piss off a lot of people. I've got Hot and Cold as my loser.
I have one friend who I know you're watching this. Hey Revan. Hey buddy. He is rejoicing right now because he's been on the hot and cold downfall train for a while. Let's hear about it. Why do you think Hot and Cold is the loser?
It's just Hot and Cold used to be one of those names in Siege where his name would be said and he would be rejoiced by everyone. He was an amazing player. Don't get me wrong, he still is an amazing player.
He just needs to, I think if he's an amazing player, he's just on the wrong role right now.
Either he's on the wrong role or he's just
Because
he
we
needs
have to
work on
remember
his
when
mental.
talking about Hot and
Something's
Cold.
not working right now.
We remember when I was talking about Hot and Cold. He's playing second entry to Ashen. And I don't think he can keep up with them, quite frankly, because
No, I
Ashen
don't-
is part of a new
yeah.
generation where they are like hyper aggressive, able to get those huge opening picks. And I don't think that the new changes are going to slow him down that much because he's adapted before. He
Yeah.
adapted to the slower ADS. He's adapted really well, and it's what's made him an incredible T1 talent and why he was such a hot pickup.
I mean, even just looking at those two, just looking at Ashen and Hot and Cold, you can tell who's new gen and who's old gen.
It's like they don't even have the same style of gunfighting. Ashen is in your face, and Hot and Cold's like trying to like kind of probe you, get you to make a mistake.
Yeah. I mean, like, Hot and Cold used to be throwing up numbers. Like, I don't remember
He
what
still can. He
even
is
play day it
undeniably
was, but there
still.
was a few years ago there was a play day where he had a 1.7 rating throughout all of his matches. Compared to this event, he just I don't remember what his overall rating was, but he was one of the lowest out of everyone in the tournament. Let me
Yeah.
check. Let me
I
check what his
think
rating
it's
was.
like if you're gonna change something, but you want to keep hot and cold, you move him, but
God.
they are not gonna do that. It's either move
I found
him,
it.
get rid of Fultz, or move him and break up J90 Forest. And you, if you're call out, you do not break up J90 Forest because we know that is a lethal combo.
Yeah. For SI, he had a 0.9 rating, which
Yikes.
I mean that's still not like
He's
It's not the
still
worst.
it's
he's
still
still
not a
above
horrible
a
rating.
lot of
It's
like the
still it's still a lot above a lot of people. I mean it's above Canadian. Canadian was at 0.87, but it's just not the hot and cold that we're used to seeing.
at the same time, that's not even like the same role. Like I know we said that support always have good stats, but at
Yeah.
the same time, when you are support and you're like playing like a flex support and you're also IGLing, it's kind of
Yeah,
like an
I mean
excuse to
that's
have a low
yeah,
rating
that's
because you're
fair,
not
but
focused on the gunfight, you're focused on leading your team through these rounds.
yeah. It's just having I don't know. It feels like something wasn't going right for him.
I think at this point it's time to talk about if it's his time, if it's time to retire. Straight up,
Yeah.
like I love Hot and Cold. I think he's one of the greatest NA players ever do it. And if he does retire, he'll go down as one of the best to never win the championship. But it might be his time, man.
Yeah,
It might be.
something just
And I really
isn't going
think
right.
I think it really will determine his performance in the NA stage and when it comes to Manchester, and at at most Montreal included. Because I know if he doesn't do well within these next coming months, what
SSG
I
is a
SSG will
hung.
probably just
Sorry, you
yeah,
go
go ahead.
first.
SSG will probably drop him before SI, like 100%. If he doesn't show up, he's probably gonna drop before SI, and they're gonna pick up somebody else.
Because you could tell SSG has the biggest streamer. They're hungry to get the success back. They want to be back on top. They want to win another title. And it's just not clicking. Something needs to change with
Yeah, it's just
SSG because it's not the coach. We know that the coach is good. The coach has gone top 2 at a major, top 4 at invite.
Coach is top tier.
Call out's top tier. We know it's not Ashen. You could say it's Volt, but Volt is still doing really well.
and I mean we know it's not J90. J90 is
Jay I know is undeniably top 5 in the world on
Yeah.
his role right now.
100%.
Like top 10 overall, top 5 on his role.
Definitely.
Like they have good players. They have amazing players. It's just something isn't working for them.
Like the team can click, and when they do click, it is impressive to watch. Like everyone's gonna talk about like the comeback in Atlanta. That was SSG when they have clicked and they are firing all cylinders. And that was some of the most beautiful NACs we've watched in a long time.
Just
but-
ended in heartbreak.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then they stopped clicking and it all fell apart again. Like when SSG is performing, they're performing well. They just have to figure out how to perform at that level all the time.
They just need to find out why they did so well and keep capitalizing on that. Tournament after tournament. That's the key that they need, but they're not finding that spark since Atlanta.
Yeah.
Tell you what,
So
Blitz is definitely not that key.
I think if it's Forrest, especially now, it could be the key. Because let's not forget, he did some hero shit on Blitz.
No,
Yeah.
no, I was just talking about the fact that they pulled it out in the last round that they needed to actually win the game, and it lost them the game.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about overall. My fault.
No, I was talking about at Atlanta. That shit made me mad.
Was
Fucking
it worse?
frustrating now.
Was it worse than Alamount Amaru theme park?
No, it wasn't. No, it was not. Leave me alone.
Get out of my head face.
Stop harassing me.
I was in
For-
yard
don't
stare.
remind me. Don't remind me of that.
All right, Shifty. I know you got some words about your losers, but let's hear about your winner first.
My losers changed, but my winner is definitely Bolo. Despite him being up and down, one, it was just great seeing him play at an invite again. And when he was up, he was up, especially during that last game against G2.
It's just unfortunate that in that last game, I mean, he showed
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, he
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 showed
put
Had
his
the
what
fuck up.
29 kills by the end of that map.
I think
22.
just for them to end up losing
It was
a
like
6-3.
23 at the end of the Skykeeper against VP.
It was
Yeah, he poured his heart and soul into that final
he
game.
was there. He was awake.
He
Yeah,
like
definitely
at the
showed up.
beginning it was kind of shaky, but then as it went on, he found the Bolo magic, and it was
I just
beautiful.
wish that DZ had stayed in long enough for us to see the Bolo magic continue.
kinda
in
did.
Exactly,
theaters.
bro. I wanted
And
it.
I feel
It was
like,
just-
and I'm sorry,
when
this
we
is gonna sound like some crack shit. All I'm saying, the last time two LATAM teams went to grand finals, Bolo won the Invitational next year,
yes,
and next year it's in New York.
yes,
Listen,
sir.
So
listen,
what I'm saying, if I
I
don't hear
will
the,
see
Bolo's time
Bolo
again.
play this time.
if I
I will
don't,
finally see him play.
the
When does
age-old
Bolo
question for
play?
Shifty has been answered. When does Bolo
When does
play?
Dude, every event I've gone, I went to Charlotte. He didn't fucking qualify. He wasn't goddamn there. I didn't get to see him play. And then I went to Atlanta and he was retired. I
You
want
got
to
to see him though.
play.
Got to meet him though.
I didn't get to see him. I didn't get to meet him, but I want to see him play. And I feel like at this event he needed more time to
Properly
really
click.
get back into it, because you notice it like in the beginning he was either doing really bad or kind of going even, and then later in the event it was a bad map 1 but a very good map 2, and then like
Consistency throughout.
later on it could have been all right. Now that first map is a good map and he could have pushed
And I
DC
don't
further.
think we should blame him too much. He's been retired for I think almost a year, and he just came back into
Retired for a
playing games.
year
shredding.
after
He's
like,
I mean, he
shredding.
was still.
and
he
like
still did
remember the
better than a
year
lot
before
of
he
people.
retired, he only
He still
played
did it.
one international event and got wiped out.
He still played it better than a lot of people, but like you said with Hot and Cold, I expected a little better from Bolo, man. Is the
Yeah,
main
he's-
character of Siege.
I mean,
He-
that's what I almost picked Bolo as my low light player, not because he's a bad player. Bolo is my goat. Bolo is
Yeah.
my favorite player of all
Bolo's
time.
not your goat.
Just knows this about me. Just knows that I will ride Bolo so fucking hard to the
and
end
that's
of the
why
earth.
you and
RBL?
Shifty are gonna
Bolo
get
is
along.
my man. But he
Yes.
didn't perform how people wanted him to perform. He didn't perform how we know that Bolo can perform.
To be honest, I don't think we can really blame him. He hasn't really played in too many events, and he just came out of retirement. Like
Yeah.
that last map was like true Bolo. So I feel
That
like
was Bolo. Bolo's
That
there.
was-
I
that was
say
Bolo.
by Manchester and Montreal, you'll see the old Bolo come back, and he'll absolutely shred through
I
everybody.
100%.
need him winning in New York, man.
Listen,
Especially
him
if-
all
winning
I'm
in
saying, if he makes finals in New York, all of us are losing our voices. And that's a
Definitely.
promise. We will do a Bolo win special with shot voices.
I
100%.
do not care.
And when
Now-
you combined,
Go for it.
when you combined, like let's say we're gonna bet that Bolo's gonna do better at Manchester and Montreal. Combine that with NGR's performance at SI and Nafe as well. Together,
Nafe-
like Nafe
Nafe
did
came out.
really well as well.
And
The
Combined-
Troy
only-
on IGL. I mean, Troy is arguably the
Yup.
best IGL
The
in the
best
game.
IG. I don't even say.
I'm
arguably, in
gonna
my
say
opinion-
it.
In my pen, the best.
I'm
He's
gonna
just
s-
the best.
Here's all I'm gonna say. Canadian has now successfully led 3 out of 4 cores he's played on to a S tier title or a world championship. Continuum, Space Station, Dark Zero.
The only thing I hope that they don't like fall back on is going back to that super slow, use every second of the clock play
Yeah.
style.
Yeah.
That did not work.
I mean, with the
so
fact that
boring
we
to
And
watch.
they
have Bolo
realized
and
that.
Nafe, I don't think we're gonna see Dark Zero like that again.
And
I hope not, but that's what I
like,
mean. Like, I hope they don't try to force them
Yeah.
into that.
I
mean,
feel like they
Nafe
realized
is
that as
the-
well.
Nafe is the EU import that could.
Yeah.
Everyone was asking why DZ would drop Gavini for Nafe, and then Nafe showed up to SI and he said, "This is why. This
Yep.
is why I'm here."
Gavini couldn't. Gavini
Gavini couldn't. Nafe did.
Spoit couldn't either. And Spoit's the EU import that also could apparently.
Well,
He's
speaking-
the EU import that everyone thought could.
All right, Shifty, who's your loser? I have a feeling I know what you're gonna
changed it,
say.
and this is.
How
this
many
feels
people
like
are you about to piss off?
myself?
All right, let's
This
hear it.
Feels like treachery. My boy, Iconic.
Oh,
My boy, Iconic.
I did not see
sorry.
this coming.
Bro, he's my wallpaper. Like my picture with him is my wallpaper. I love Iconic. That's my favorite player
He's
ever.
your goat.
He's he's the shit talker that I want, like ever since I saw him on Disturb, he would win around. He was yelling at the other side or Disrupt, my bad.
I was about to
Uh,
say.
he was yelling at the other side. But this event on this team, man, y'all said you were the best in the world. Y'all said it over and over and over again. And now it's starting to seem like a fucking joke. Like, what's happening here? Like, I picked him because I mean he's my goat and I gotta call him, but honestly, like most of the team, like it's not what we expected with this. We had iconic Split, like, but it just I don't know, man. I was
At
disappointed with
this
M80. I
point,
thought they were gonna be it.
at this point, I think it's safe to say that Spoit is arguably now a worse import than Alfama was back in the day. And if you know how Alfama played, that is a huge fucking thing.
I mean, if you
can't
look
comment
at the
on that.
stats from this SI, every single player from M80 was below a 1.0 rating
I know
for the
bro.
event.
To
Every
be
single
fair,
player
to
was
be
below
fair,
a
I'm gonna
1.0.
say this. I made it kind of a shit year. They came second at Gamers Day. So at least they got that bag.
That's true. that's
you're
I
about you
still
about to
never,
come back
I
and like,
still never
nope,
forgive
wait.
them for the. I'll never forgive them for the crappy Photoshop they did with the jerseys.
oh my god.
Oh
I'm
my
not talking
god,
about, listen,
nah,
listen.
the fucking
here-
the
I'm
Yaga
here- listen,
alibi
I will say it
Photoshop.
again. I will say it again. I'm here for the players, not the org. Okay, I'm here for the players, not the org.
The org's turned around a lot. Like since that
They
like
have, they
rocky
have. They
start,
definitely
it's
have.
gotten a lot better. I
I'll
feel like that's
admit,
because
they're-
they've gotten an actual like social team in. Shout out Henry.
Yeah, I'll admit their promos for events them hype me the fuck up, man. Like I'm ready to see M80 play, and then disappointment.
All I'm
But
saying, if they make an event we're at, we're about to get loud again, boys.
Oh,
oh,
100%.
bro,
Like, listen,
I
me
need
and
it.
Red
I need
remember.
Iconic needs his fucking trophy, bro. He
Me and
needs
Red
it.
remember after Charlotte how scuffed Shifty's voice was.
Oh,
It was so
100%.
screwed.
He
Dude,
literally
y'all-
like for people who don't know, he literally sounded like Squeaky from Toy Story.
it was so bad. I think I might be able to find some clips of me talking.
I
like
only
that.
have the one where we both called the he who shall not be named an asshole.
Oh, that's right. um, but yeah, no, it's just M80 really disappointed me. I don't know if there needs to be changes made, or if they just need to like lock the fuck in, I guess. But
They dropped the
whatever's going
wrong
on.
player. I don't think Kino. Well, Kino wasn't the problem. We just saw that.
Yeah, definitely wasn't.
And now it's just becomes a question of what now, because you can't drop Spoit. You paid way too much money to buy out his contracts, and it would be financial suicide to drop him.
Mm-hmm.
So unless Spoit wants out and they can come to amicable terms, it's just they're not. It's not going to happen.
Yeah.
Or unless an EU org wants to bring Spoit back, and
Is my boy Iconic on the chopping block? Is this what I'm
No.
hearing? Is he
No,
possibly? on
No,
the
I
block?
don't.
I
don't think
feel
so?
like
No.
if there's about to be a player on the chopping block, it's
We just don't know.
Gomez. It's Gomez or Diaz. I don't think it's gonna be Diaz because
Nah, it's definitely. I'm sorry. Actually, I forgot Gomez. Yeah, it's definitely Gomez.
all the
Never mind.
shit, all the
Never
shit.
mind.
all I'm gonna say, if you were at Charlotte, hit your shots, Gomez.
Hit your fucking shots. Go and hit the aim labs. No, that was.
Shout out that
Yeah,
guy.
might be
If that
Gomez.
guy's watching that, I hope you're doing fantastic, man.
I wonder where he's at. That dude was hilarious.
He's living large, bro.
Yeah,
Okay, so yeah, go
go
ahead.
for it. No, you go.
No,
for
no,
it,
you
for it.
go. No,
You're about to move on. I was just gonna repeat myself.
Okay. So I guess that concludes highlight and low light players.
Yeah.
We've talked about rosters, competitive.
Do we
Nathan.
want to kind of touch on more roster stuff? I feel like we want to really talk about EU and kind of NA.
Mm-hmm. All right, let's go.
I think we need to see some serious change with MIBR because MIBR back in like 2021, 2022 were kind of a meme for always being the team that you never expected and always managed to place in the top four. It's this really weird anomaly. Everybody kind of remembers that. Like,
Yeah,
no
of
matter what,
course.
MIBR would just make top four. And now they're just nowhere. Like, you picked up Furia. How the fuck are you nowhere? Furia was one of the best Latin teams. What happened? What needs to change here? So, like, something needs to change. The question now is what?
I got no idea. I do remember them being like before it was like how we think of them now, where it's just like where are they is like what we thought before when they were actually doing well.
Mhm.
Like we thought they were at the bottom, not doing well. We actually look at the
Like
standings.
the
and
like the
it
fucking
turns out they're
it now it was like, oh fuck, MIBR is here, and now it's like, where? Oh fuck, MIBR is here. How are they here?
Where are they, bro?
Where
Yeah.
MIBR?
I don't know. Maybe if because it's the same roster, so it can't be like
Because like if Fantasy is obviously still one of like the best young guns in LATAM. Like,
yeah.
go talk to any person who watches the LATAM league. They will sing that kid's high praises. At least they used to. I haven't kept up with LATAM too much.
I haven't watched it. I do remember him being nasty though.
I just touched my mouse. God damn it! The Discord upload shut up.
But like if it's it can't like did they get a new coach when they picked up Furia? Because that could be really the only topic, or maybe this just
I'd have
the
to
changes.
check, but I don't think so.
I don't think they did.
It might just be maybe like the changes this year they haven't adapted
I
to.
could check the Wikipedia real fast, and I can see if they got a new coach.
I'll have to look at it. I'm actually curious. I wonder if I look back at like the games when they were doing super well, and then look at the games today if they're doing like the exact same thing, and that's maybe not why it's not working. Not the exact same thing per se, but like not using the changes like other teams. So because I haven't really watched them play too much.
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. So I have the
Oh, no.
results for MIBR.
Oh god.
Why does this?
Okay. So
The
not the
look in your
champion.
eyes says it all, bro.
we're gonna start with SI 2021. Third place. SI
See?
2022 fourth place. Gamers 8 7th to 8th place, and then 6th place in the Brazil stage 1.
Yeah.
And that's all the recorded events from Liquipedia for MIBR right now.
I'm pretty sure they're still in Brazil. I think
Yeah,
you're thinking filtering weird. Filter by date real fast and see if it changes or see if anything more pops up. 'Cause I'm pretty sure they're still in the Brazil league.
Yeah, they are. They were in stage 1.
They were in stage 1. I'm almost positive they played stage 2, but I might be wrong on that.
Mhm.
No, they did. They did. Oh no, they got knocked out of stage 2.
Oh
They were
shit.
playing qualifier playoffs.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's crazy. Yeah, they were.
That's a
playing,
I mean, yeah,
Fall-
if you look at like
Furia was a SI. It was like a really hot shot team at SI too. That's insane.
Mhm.
Yeah, last time they showed up was the Rush series, in the Swiss stage. They didn't even make it out of that. Oh, that was a qualifier too. Never mind, they didn't even make there.
Made in Brazil. Nothing but wins for that team.
No, that's gotta
Should've
suck for your
fallen
name to
under
be made in
on this to get
Brazil.
faster.
That's gotta suck to be your name made in Brazil, and Brazil is literally running the fucking R6 scene right now, and you're not at the top of it.
Yeah.
That sucks. That sucks.
Also,
wait,
I'm gonna
does MIBR even have a full roster right now?
Yeah, it doesn't look like they've
doesn't-
got.
It doesn't look like they have a full roster
I
right
think they're starting to get picked apart because their talent's starting to realize this sucks. I'm better suited elsewhere, and they're
Yeah.
starting to go around to teams that are gonna make roster changes. Because like, if you're gonna go anywhere, go to W7M. Like the roster's leaving. That's a blank slate. There's gonna be a lot of players right now jumping at the bit for that opportunity.
Yeah, and the interesting thing is that they've had 4 different coaches in the span of 2 years.
Oh, that's why.
Oh,
Yeah, so 2021 they had 2 different coaches, and then 2023 they got a new assistant coach slash analyst, and then in a few months later they got another coach. Like I don't know what's happening.
oh,
with
so their
MIBR.
playbook is a scrapbook. Got it.
Yeah. And then for APAC, I think all that really
Got
needs
the
to
pop-ups
change for
too.
APAC.
It's got the pop-up. Yeah. It's like in case of breach, do this. Like you can like pull it and it'll like change it.
It'll pull it up. It'll pull up. Yeah, it's shut up. That'd be cool.
No, it
That
wouldn't.
would be
That'd
kinda
be
cool.
You can't.
Imagine they're on stage playing and you see the coach open his book and it's just like a castle pops up.
Bro, you can't lie. Yo, you can't lie. The crowd would go nuts over that.
That'd be crazy.
great.
That would be actually no. I
I think the crowd would fuck with that more than they fuck with Joel.
Well, so hold on. So now that we've talked about the best region in Siege, what does APAC have to do? What's happening, boy?
I think
I
right
love
now.
APAC. What's happening?
I think right now for APAC, what you need to do, because you have Bleed and Bliss showing up and giving these jaw-dropping performances, getting farther than anyone expects them to. Like, Bliss damn near made main stage SI, and I feel like that's not getting talked about enough. Had Bliss won against G2, they would have made main stage SI, and APAC would have made main stage SI for the first time in 4 years since at Fnatic back in 2020.
But that's what I mean. Like every time we hear about this, oh, the last time an APAC team has done this, it was 4 or 5 years ago or something.
Yeah.
You have
They
to
get
remember
they get so close, and then they never get there.
the
Like CAG before, CAG was so close, and then they just
Yeah.
dropped the ball. Like
because a lot of
what are they
times
missing?
APAC teams get chewed apart by exports and just overall just like competition there because there's a lot of loaded orgs in APAC.
That's true.
Because you have to remember,
I
like
just-
you have to remember, APAC is where League and Dota thrive. Orgs
Yeah.
have some cash to throw around there.
That's
Or
true.
Counter-Strike as well is also really
That's
popular.
true.
But it's just like I don't know. It's just that absolutely, like it feels like the talent is in there in those regions and in those countries
But for
because they get
100%.
so close, but there's just something that they're missing to actually push them over the
for
edge.
right now, I think if you're an APAC, you just watch Bleed and you watch Fear and you watch Bliss. You take notes from them and you implement it into your own gameplay. Because like for meta, it's just like meta kind of count swing. I think that's good. I forgot. They are way closer to EUs. They are way closer to getting good scrims. For a
Yeah.
lot of APAC, it's really hard to find good scrims
Yeah.
because nobody wants to deal with the ping.
That's true.
And so that's kind of why every time APAC has had these weird, goofy styles of play that worked because it was kind of like they separating it and it was kind of like lab grown compared to everything else.
You
I
just
know
didn't
it
expect the
would-
strats they were to pull out.
I know it would cost like money, but if it was possible to think like some APAC teams could actually benefit from doing like boot camps in other regions,
Oh,
like
100%.
just going over there. and
Like,
doing
You
scrims
have to
every day.
remember, Bleed now has Julio. Julio, like, because you have to remember, I'm pretty sure after Eminem dissolved because they pulled a Mirage, there was a bidding war for several teams for Julio because he is a multi-SI finalist and he won an SI. During one of the like most competitive regions of Brazil dominance, he pulled off a win against Nesk in his prime.
What else do we have to talk about now? Let's move on to the next thing.
So,
We're
are we
gonna
done talking about the what?
I think we
we
should like talk EU a little more. There's a lot going on in EU.
That's
Like the Rogue core just got released.
Yeah.
And that's a core that is known to be scary. And also the MRG core is LFO. And I think that, celebrate with me now, boys. MRG finally lost their license. No more players getting unpaid.
Yes. Oh my fucking god. Oh my god. It took them long.
They still got a signature skin though, god damn it.
They never, bro. They never does. I'm gonna be real. It feels like they've never deserved a spot.
It's like, let's be real. MRG was the org, you had a player you didn't like and you wanted them to go there.
Yeah, it was like it felt like any other team. If it was like, oh, who are we playing today? Mirage. Oh, bet that's our free win for the day. Let's go. Like that's how it felt.
Yeah.
It didn't. If you knew Mirage was gonna play, it was like there's
But,
no
like,
point in watching it.
That's now they're coached by Meepy, have Rampy and Bosco, and Bosco alone is scary. Rampy is kind of fallen off, but Bosco is still scary. Spiker is a super unproven talent, and I don't remember the last two. It's a scary roster. If a team picks them up and gets Meepy some help on support staff, that could genuinely be a team that's a threat in NA.
Yeah, it could be.
100 Thieves, please.
God, I would love to. 100 Thieves coming into this would be.
Dude, you wanna know, actually, real fast, I'm just gonna say this. You wanna know what my dream org entering a region is?
Hmm.
I want Optic to enter Brazil.
I'm not gonna lie. I
Ooh.
really want that to happen too. Optic in
back-
Brazil would go crazy.
Because it's back. It's red and green is back.
Yeah, that
just
would
like-
that would.
That would be the one Brazil only grand final nobody would complain about because it's Optic and FaZe.
Yeah, classic. I don't know
It's-
how long FaZe is gonna be around though. I'm not gonna lie.
They're
The
gonna
whole Org instead seems to be losing a lot of money.
no, they're merging with Complexity.
Oh, are they? Oh, I didn't know that. My
They're
bad.
merging with the company that owns Complexity, so they're gonna like have ownership of Complexity. So I think all those orgs are merging. Maybe I don't know the specifics,
Okay.
but no, they're not strapped for cash anymore
Oh, okay. Never mind.
because
That
they
was
got the
scary.
company back from the investors. They made it private again, and now it's actually like doing good
Profitable.
shit, not stupid shit.
No
Yeah,
TSM
exactly.
2.0.
Exactly what I said.
I'm
It's
sorry,
profitable.
I don't. TSM, no. TSM, listen, Reggie,
TSM.
stay out. After what you did to Double Lift, stay out. Stay out, dog.
Here's all I'm gonna
sorry.
say. So there's two orgs that we saw in Seed we'll never see again. It's TSM EG. EG is set to cease all operations after this Valorant season. And it's
Really?
like
They're shutting down.
it's the saddest death in esports, I feel like, right now.
I don't
'Cause-
remember the exact number, but
They
actually,
lost a
here,
lot of money.
Yeah, they lost a lot.
Dude, EG is like my childhood esports.
That's
team,
the thing. Everybody in esports, no matter what, you had a moment with EG, good or bad, and it's like losing a friend that was always there. Like, I don't know a single person who heard this news that wasn't just devastated by it.
Yeah.
And
It was
TSM,
crazy.
if TSM can't get like a huge sponsor, they're done for because they are still hemorrhaging money after the FTX disaster.
I mean, right now TSM, I don't know exactly, but I heard something recently from someone. Apparently TSM only has like 7 employees right now.
Oh yeah, no, it's a
Whoa.
shell.
6 or 7 employees total.
It's a shell.
They're
They
gone.
just need to dissolve. Like, there's no
At
point. in
that
keeping
point,
it back.
sell the TSM name.
But who's gonna buy it? Like, who would buy?
You
it?
have to remember that like that's got that like
That
sell
name has a lot.
sell the
behind it.
name, sell the Apex team because that alone is worth a lot. Their Apex team is multi-world champions.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So like if they sell that to the right parent company, they just overhaul the staff. TSM could come back, but it needs to happen sooner rather than later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
7 employees for an org.
I don't remember if it
Like,
was
you
7
have to
exactly, but
remember,
it was around there.
It rocked them
No,
so.
it's one of those things where it's like, damn, how the mighty have fallen. Because like
Yeah.
TSM was.
You have
the
to
org,
realize.
like,
I'm gonna say this like for context. TSM got rocked so hard by this to stay afloat. They had to sell their league spot.
yeah, that was when you knew it was fucking over. When they
Yeah.
sold that League of Legends spot, it was.
Because like I don't watch League, but I know TSM was like the org in League. Like,
Yeah,
it's
that's
literally
what I
called.
meant, like,
It's literally
were-
called solo mid. Like
Yeah, I
Yeah,
feel like
right.
ironically enough, if they want to rebuild their name, the best way to do it would be to sell themselves back into League.
Yeah.
no, 'cause at this point everyone remembers what they did to Double Lift. So unless Reggie's gone, it's never gonna
No,
work.
well, I don't think that's more.
Even
of
if they
like,
just sell the name to a different org or a different upcoming org,
that's. Yeah.
I feel like that's the only way they're gonna stay is if
They
they
have
go back
to-
into League.
Yeah, they have to. If someone's going to buy it, that person who buys it then is going to have to go back into League to be able to recover the name. Because you're right, the people are not going to want Reggie to be the owner again after, because it wasn't just Double Lift; it was a whole bunch of fucking people he abused. And
Yeah,
got found for. So it.
but
so
like
once
Double
if
Lift's
there's
one
a
up.
new owner for TSM, that drops all of that, and people remember, Bjergsen and the TSM that was actually dominating and the one that they cheered for, and they would want that back.
It's
That's such a huge thing for League fans, especially NA League fans. At
I
least would
feel
think.
like if TSM does come back and they come back into Siege, if they can buy Bolo back out, that's the
If they
quickest
can
way.
they're not gonna be able to.
They're not
Bolo
gonna
is
be
an
able
to.
expensive
No,
player right
It's
now.
like I heard this recently. I blew my mind. Bolo's signing bonus when he first joined TSM was upfront $1 million, and it's still the biggest signing bonus in esports to this day.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep. Because he was
It's-
the main character of Siege, still is. This is what I've been saying for years, man.
Hey, listen.
He
trust the
gets
process.
the biggest contracts.
Listen,
I have been
here's what-
following Bolo since he had 7,000.
This is gonna maybe be a hot take. This is gonna be a hot take. I'm gonna say this right now. I think overall for Siege, Bolo is the undoubted mechanical goat. Pro League specifically though, it's Shaiko.
Pro League for sure.
Because like you have to
I
remember,
mean, Bolo alone got leaning in itself.
Bolo
Yeah.
alone
Bolo peaking. Yeah.
Bolo alone redefined the game. You have to remember, before Bolo, there was no aggressive, there was no frag movie. It was a very slow-paced game, and he was just kind of like, nah.
Nah,
I mean,
I'd win.
Yeah, exactly.
Nerfing completely was nerfed.
He was
because of
so
Bolo.
good. They had to nerf him.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
They
hell,
nerfed everyone because of him.
if you are...
anyone he picked he like put his fucking hands on, they were like, nope, we gotta get rid of it. It's too powerful. It's too strong. He showed us we gotta get rid of it. It's over.
Quite literally, like, the most famous video in Siege is still, to this day, I'm going to argue this, the spawn peeking 1v5. That's still the most famous clip in Siege.
Coastline on coastline.
It's the one on Coastline, yeah. It's the one where he tears apart, like, half the Black Dragons roster from Ruins, goes in and wins a 1v5. It's like...
Yeah.
Plus,
I
you
have-
found out later,
I have
he was...
two favorite. What's up?
You found out later during an interview, he was sick during that clip. He was
It was
under the
sick.
weather and casually 1v5 the Black Dragons roster. Like,
I told you, he's the Michael Jordan of Siege. That was
He's
his
the
flu game.
He's
That
the-
was his flu game, baby.
he's the scump of Siege.
Yeah, I have two favorite Bolo clips. One because it shows how it shows who Bolo was, and one because I just find it funny what happened years later.
Is
My
it
two
is
favorite
it
Bolo clips?
is it the one where he nails a cheat through the garage?
That's one of them because I find it fucking hilarious that they were then
Everyone
teammates
does.
later on after Achieved called him a cheater, said he's not legit. The other one, somebody fucking pick up Bolo.
Yeah.
Someone pick up Bolo.
Pick up Bolo, pick up Bolo, pick up Bolo. Someone pick up Bolo.
Somebody pick up Bolo. Like, those are my two favorite Bolo clips of all time.
Definitely. That bro, I tell you, he's gonna get the three-peat. One day. I'm saying it now. He's gonna get the three-peat. He's
Here's
gonna be the
my
one to do it.
prediction, and here's my prediction. Call me a crack if you want. I don't care. 2 LATAM teams make it. Bolo wins. EU coach secures a third. 2 LATAM teams make it. Bolo wins. Pengu secures a third. As a
I don't know
coach.
if Pengu would come. Pengu's getting nice money with the casting.
I'm saying as a
I
coach.
don't know if
I'm saying
I
as a
don't know that
coach.
Pengu wants to coach though.
Yeah.
He
I don't
said
know
it.
if Pengu-
He said that if Fabian got back into it, he would consider it. So if Fabian comes back to coaching, we could seriously see Pengu coach an EU team.
But I
Fabian
think
versus Pengu.
that would be crazy.
That would be
It-
crazy.
SI Grand Finals, Pengu versus Fabian as coach in their team. That would be insane.
Pe-
But I think-
Pengu coaches joystick to a world championship.
The thing with Pengu is like he might do it. It really just depends on how like
How
the
he's
situation
feeling.
is. Yeah, because he's very much done it off of how his life is going. If he needs to focus on that, like the last time I remember hearing a clip of him saying he wanted to unretire was a few years after. I think it was before he came to NA as a caster, and it was something like first reason he retired is because he didn't like the game and he had a relationship and wanted to focus on it. And then he said he might come back because he didn't have a relationship anymore and he liked the game again. That was the last. So he's very much dependent on how things are going on in his life. But
I mean, if you remember when he first retired, I don't know if you guys ever watched any of his videos, but when he first retired, you could tell he was living a very laid back, low key life, and he seems
Yeah.
to be really enjoying
He still
it.
kind of is. Like outside of Pro League, he doesn't really do a lot other than like streaming. But like,
Yeah, but
he's just
it's
kind of
still, like-
vibing. He made his bag. He still got the most silverware of any pro, and now he's just vibing.
yeah, and that's what I mean. Like the casting gig is going well for him, and I love him as a caster. I honestly do. He's great for it, and he's made really good bonds with the other NA casters and all that.
Yep.
I'm surprised he came to NA though. That one was a little
That
bit
one was
shock.
unexpected.
Bag. There's a bag in it. That's it.
That's true. There's always
Money,
a bag
we have
in
money.
good old America.
It's like quite literally NA and every esport is known as the import region for a reason.
In every esport, every single one.
Almost every single one. The only one that's not is COD, but then again, all the fucking teams in COD are in NA, so
Yeah, COD's got like the NBA thing going on for it. Like it
World
it's cool.
Championship, 2 countries.
Yep.
Yep.
I mean,
Exactly.
as good of a caster as Pengu is, he's never gonna be Kicks.
Absolutely, but then again, it's
He's never gonna be Kicks.
it's
Yeah.
like the day
But I don't think-
Kicks
I don't think
died
Pengu
is
will
the
be.
day that Siege lost its voice.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I still remember where I was when that news hit. I was walking to my 4th period. I saw it on my timeline. And I was like, shocked. I literally was just shifting. I was like, it's over. It's never going to be the same.
Bro, I was
It,
depressed for
it
fucking
fucking hit you hard.
I remember we were getting ready for like scrims and like
No,
enjoy the
we were only playing ranked back then, so we didn't have
Oh,
the
that's right.
fucking. We don't have full
That's
5.
right. We were just playing ranked, and I was just like super depressed, just in fucking T Hunt. Like I died to one. I was just like, I can't be bothered. Like I was just
One of
it
the
was
things that has
bad.
me upset, on my old account, I had the Kickstar charm.
And you got rocked by the Vortex ban.
And then I got rocked by the Vortex ban, and now I cannot
No.
get that charm on my new account. 3 years into having this account, I still think back to I used to have the Kickstar charm, and now I don't.
It's like I heard they were removing it. Shifty can vouch for this. I literally fucking signed up for an Amazon Prime free trial just to get the Kicks charm on my alt.
It's what I did too.
Yeah.
I'm mad
It's a
'cause
charm that I can never get again. All because a Skyrim mod installer. You know,
Yep.
that's cool.
Yeah.
Didn't have nothing to do with the game.
Yep.
I remember as well,
Kills
I just
backwards.
remembered this. There was a clip, I think he was watching a Brazil game. Someone was using the Kicks charm, and he genuinely stopped and went, "Oh, thank you."
I do remember that.
It's one of those things. He was just a genuine guy. He was like outside of the game, he was just a guy. And you
And
could
he had arguably the most famous line in all of Siege casting. Why are you sprinting, Bio?
I was about to say, but here's the denial.
Why are you sprinting, Bio?
No, it's a tie. It's that, and then, but here's the denial.
Yeah, that's
I mean, now we're gonna have a new one after what
Are you
Always did
fucking
easy.
kidding me?
Like,
I think I saw a post a while back, and I still think it's a good idea that like there should be some type of setting or something that like in the radios in like bank or something, instead of playing like music, it's playing Kix's calls, like his casting.
I think it would be cool on Stadium, but I can't see it on like Bank or anything like
The
that.
stadium, yes, I think it was the stadium or something like that.
Stadium sounds.
I remember there were people who, like, once after to become big, they said they should make Kicks the announcer for Stadium. I was like, oh, that pissed a lot of people off.
Yeah. The only thing is just like it's just using his voice after his death. Like that's
yeah.
Like, I think his family would probably be cool with it because, like, they still love the game. Because the game made their son happy, so they're probably absolutely, like, wanting to be commemorated in some sort of way like that.
it was on plane that they put.
Yeah, because the ace.
Yeah,
that's
on
right.
plane.
I couldn't remember
Because he hit that
was.
insane 10-second 1v5.
If you haven't seen the 10-second 1v5, you're not real.
No, I did see it. I couldn't.
No, I'm talking just
know
in
about
general here.
Right at the back of the plane.
Ash ACOG in hand.
It's coming back. Oh my god, Ash ACOG is
It's coming back. It's
Oh
coming
my
back.
god.
All right, so
I'm retiring, baby.
on that
I'm doing
note,
it.
do we want to transition into year 9?
Allow us to transition into year 9.
Okay, so let's talk about the nerfs first. Everyone's heard about the Azami nerf. You can shoot it now. I haven't heard anyone talking about the Fenrir or the Solus nerfs yet. So
I'm gonna be real. I
haven't
didn't
heard
watch
much
the
about those
panel.
two.
I watched it. So here's what they're doing. Fenrir is losing the bulletproof on his thing. It's gonna be like the Melusi.
Okay.
He's losing the bulletproof, so you can now just shoot it whenever. And he's losing a mine and a code. So now he can only have 2 up at once. Only has 4 mines
You only
total.
have 2 up. I don't know.
I
if I agree
think
with that
it
part,
might
to
be
be
a
honest,
bit too much, but at the same time, Fenrir could just lock down entire sites and make it impossible to enter without taking a 90-10.
I mean, even if you look at it now, most people will only have 2 active at a time. They'll pocket one of the activations.
Yeah, but still, I think this is supposed to make it so, like, you can't just lock down, like, both avenues of entry for some sites. Because, like, Conflict, for example, you could just lock down, like, 2 of the avenues, keep one up, and just have guys holding that last avenue. And it made it incredibly frustrating to attack. And then Solus's, I know that I only remember one part. It can no longer be used in the prep phase. And I think that is going to absolutely redefine how Solus is played.
I think I saw
like
someone
that.
tweet that. It might have been Chaosix.
Oh,
But someone tweeted that out saying that they wanted that to be a change.
It's
that's
and like it's it might be too much, but at the same time, if you are a good soloist and you're playing, like I think that's absolutely a rank change, it's an approach change. Because if you're playing ranked soloist, you could just decimate the drone economy like that, because everyone's just
Yeah.
droning on their own, and
Yeah,
you could
once
just
once I find out there's a solace, I'm telling everyone, do not throw your drones in. Just keep them out.
Genuinely,
keep
during
them
Drone one
in.
safe.
Yep.
during
And
solo
another
raid,
thing-
it was just like because quite literally the call went from like 2 or 3 people drone to find roamers to one guy goes in, finds a site, everybody else is the fuck outside.
Yep.
Mhm.
I mean, you'll remember this. How many times do you think, when we were part of Crystal, how many times do you think any of us called drone one safe?
Oh, like every fucking round. There's also like that, like those rounds where like I would get rocked by a fucking soloist. I was already having a bad game. And I would just like have to go on deafen and just take a lap
Mm-hmm.
because it's like quite literally if there's a soloist and they know what they're doing, there is nowhere safe to drone other than like in your spawn. Everywhere else, it's like playing 5 Nights at Freddy's.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good change. I like that because it's also because it was literally if you pick the Solus, she is not reinforcing anything. She's not setting up anything. She is just going on the hunt for drones. If
Yeah.
she can't use it now, she's going to be forced
And
to sit back.
it's
in.
I think also I think the next one is they're reducing the time it can be active, and I think they might
Be
remove
active
the
for a long time.
Yeah.
yeah, they're gonna reduce that. They're gonna slow down the recharge a little bit. And then I don't remember the last part. There's one more thing and I can't remember. I think it might have been like removing the global ping, which who used that anyways, let's be real.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Okay, transitioning from that, we're gonna talk about one of the bigger ones. Azami's barriers will now have a set health bar. So
I
now
like it.
bullet
I'm gonna
ahead.
just go out on a limb here. I hate this. And it's for one reason. Azami in my eyes was a very self-balancing character. Like, let's be real here. Like you saw all these crazy Azami setups and you thought that's broken. But how often do you really see that in ranked or in a 10-man?
See, I agree with what you're saying there. Like, yeah, it's self-balancing in the fact that you have a not very short timer between when you can throw them, but at the same time,
Like some of the angles, some of the sets were disgusting, yes.
most people aren't gonna let you shoot out 34 rounds at a zombie berry
Yeah.
unanswered.
But like at the
Like-
same time, I feel like this is just kind of pointless because Azami needed to have a smart player on her to get that full value. She needed to have a player who was adaptive. She needed to have a player who was really good at reading situations and adapting correctly, or like reading a situation and setting up correctly to get the full value.
I mean, something tells me we're not going to be seeing as many
She's
Azami and
still
Mai duos on
Gonna be
Rafters.
prevalent. She's
Yeah.
absolutely still gonna be prevalent on Rafters because you're still dumping a lot of mags.
Yeah, but I don't think
So you
I
could
don't think
quite
it's gonna be
literally-
the same. I don't think we're gonna be seeing the exact same duo because right now, if you see an Azami on Rafters, there's a Wamai there to protect.
Or it's a Wamai and a Jaeger, probably both.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna see that. I think Azami is gonna be there more
It's-
to waste time rather than to hold a location.
It's gonna shake it up 100%.
Yeah.
And another thing I'll say is that the meta is very different from this season going into next season when it comes to use of Azami. I think one of the main reasons, besides your Kiba bears, that her guns are like really good, and people usually what they would do is that they would set up with Azami and they would go on the hunt on roam, and then they would come back to site. With the TDM meta, that was really prevalent, and now that we're slowing the game down and we're going into next season, I still think this is a very good change. Like X as God damn it, man.
Take your time.
Oh.
Dial up noises, dial up noises, dial up noises.
I just see the buffering bar above them.
Like it's like it goes what I was saying. Like you're not gonna be able to dump a full mag into in a zombie barrier without having somebody shooting you back.
If
Like,
you
you
don't have a DMR, it's not going to be that great of an idea to just mag dump, but you're still going to want to use explosives. However, having that
Even with
option
the
is not
DMR,
nice.
it's still gonna take some time. It's 11 rounds out of a DMR.
It's
Yeah,
it
it's
it depends
also
on range
like-
as well.
Well, it's also like once you start firing at it, you're letting whoever's behind that barrier know, oh, I am aimed at something and my bullets are occupied.
I
I
think
wonder
if
how
they
much
swing
we're gonna
you-
see people.
I think
use that
a
as
use case I
bait.
saw really
Yeah.
well was exactly that. you wait for them to start, and then the moment it breaks, you kind of like just use a threat indicator to know kind of where they're at, and
Or
you
other
just
way
start
around.
hosing bullets there.
Other way around, where you have two people aiming at the barrier or towards the barrier, one shooting, the other prepped, ready for someone to peek out to try to defend the barrier. I feel
No,
like we're gonna see a lot of people baiting the shots.
Which that is no different than having somebody blow up the barrier and waiting for the other person to peek out. So
Yeah.
there's still both very similar strategies, but they're different use cases.
Yeah.
So like I
And
think
it might also be an attempt to try to not have us fall into a utility meta with all the other changes. Because if you if attackers have to use all of their explosives on zombie barriers, they don't have any for deployable shields or anything else that
You're
they
telling
need
me
to
you
destroy.
don't want to go back to the 20-second meta?
No, God no, God fucking no.
Hurt you.
I will
hurt you.
I will
swear to
watch
God.
LNG meta over 20-second meta.
LMG meta might be back now though.
No,
LMG recoil got nerfed.
because
LMG
you gotta
recoil-
remember,
It's gonna slow you
remember,
down, though.
it's gonna slow you
That's
down,
true.
and also it's just like all the ARs are now like kind of back with the ACOGs because it was always a game of 1.5s after Shadow
Yeah.
Legacy,
it
and
was
now
also
that
the
that's
reason-
gone,
Sorry.
now that that's gone, it's gonna be now who's got the faster reaction on the ACOG, because now it's not, oh, that guy had a more zoom scope, or oh, that guy's had a better mag than me. It's now, okay, that guy won because he saw me first and clicked my head. And I think that going back to 1x's and ACOGs is what CG did all this time, and now it's finally here. We've all played the test server mostly. We've all felt it. It's really good.
And it's also like with the reason the making him move slower is not going to bring back the LMG meta is because that's what the clips of the LMG meta were, like Pambazoo on Clubhouse and Basement when he was just swinging around the LMG like it was a fucking featherweight and popping people in the head. But if he's going to be slowed
Amba
down,
on
he can't do that.
Ying is not something that's going to be taken lightly by any team.
Pamba on Ying is
I
the
just
new Pamba
realized,
on Finka.
Does that change qualify Ying's gun, or is that?
Yes.
Oh shit! That just nerfs Ying.
Even
Because it's either
though-
that or the shitty ass
I
shotgun.
think she's
Even
still
though it's
gonna
just
be
barely
good, but
nerfed.
she's not gonna have the same role. You have to remember, there are like attachments you can bring that will up your operator speed, or like you can just opt for iron sights horizontal, but your recoil is gonna be ass.
Yeah.
So like you can absolutely counterplay it, but it's gonna be one of those things where like the counterplay now requires another level of skill. So now you're not getting Ferrari peak because you have I think you get Ferrari peak because that guy's built his gun better to Ferrari peak you.
Yeah.
But he's using like maybe shitty irons as a compensation for that. So you're just quite literally getting skill diffed.
Dude, Bandit is gonna go crazy with that with the MP7.
Oh, absolutely. Also, I'm gonna say it right now. Deimos is the first operator I feel like that we had that kind of fits into like a new niche on attack, and that would be like a refrag niche. It's like a use case I had today was Amazi ran out, killed someone. I knew he were around where he was. He killed another guy, so I sent out a drone to know get like exactly where he's at, and then I just fucking wide swing with a revolver. Because I knew like basically where he's at, but having that live ping, that constant ping, by the way, was like, oh, I now know where he's at. I can take this fight because the Vendetta is, by the way, the Vendetta's got to get nerfed. That shit's
Yeah. What the fuck is that bullshit?
okay. It's not the fact that it's like 80 damage, like that's fucked, but at the same
It's
time,
the recoil.
no, not the recoil. It's the
the
fact
fire.
it has Bailiff soft destruction.
What? Wait.
I'm not kidding. I'm not playing. That shit is like
Wait a minute.
that shit's got the
Okay,
soft
okay,
destruction of a
okay.
Bailiff. You can make rotates with this bitch.
I've been working all day. I haven't gotten to play the test server. How bad is it?
Did you see the clip I put in chat?
I think so, but I didn't see.
I can
much.
empty all 6 bullets in like less than a second, while keeping that.
That shit's a hand cannon.
It
That
is
baby's a hand cannon. Holy
It is
fuck.
really, really good. It's a really, really good pistol. I played Deimos.
Let's put it this way: it's like if the 5.7 hit like the DMR, like that's what we're talking about.
That's
And it's a cool ass pistol.
It's really cool. I think it's really funny with the pistol they shot Harry with in the game as well.
yeah, it's a fucking murder weapon. He's going to jail.
Also, I saw
Uh-huh.
some people bitching about the animation, how they felt too lightweight. Motherfucker, in the lore, Deimos built this pistol for him. It is a weapon that is calibrated to his comfort. Of course he's gonna throw it around like it's like fucking nothing. He's used to it. It's made for him.
People on Twitter will just complain over anything and everything.
Also, there's a lot of
Yeah,
bitching and
please
whining
don't.
about, oh, Deimos is a terrorist. It's like, dude,
Dude, who
no.
gives a shit?
It's Gerald Morris from the old R6 games, you fuck.
Yeah, he's not a terrorist.
He's
not
committing
going after-
treason, but he's not a terrorist.
He's not going after the public. He's not committing acts of terror. He's just
Like, yes, his
getting
fucking
revenge,
organization has
I
been
think.
associated with like terrorist ties, but that doesn't make him specifically a terrorist.
So is Nighthaven.
Nighthaven's like Nighthaven's just traitors. Like Nighthaven just committed treason.
Well, no, there was. I remember reading because when I think I'm still gonna do this video. I dived into the lore. The part of the reason they broke off connections with Rainbow was because they were found tied to like criminal organizations and shit. Like their weaponry was being sold to them and all that. Like,
Oh.
yeah, they were working with terrorist organizations.
Yeah, but like I think that we're not gonna see another carries operator for that reason because like that is a very, very fine line. And if they break that line or go too far with that line, the state of Tom Clancy, I'm pretty sure, can sue them because his one rule was nobody plays a terrorist.
Yep.
Yeah.
That was
Tom
his
Clancy's
one hard line
was
rule.
No playable terrorist.
Yep. They cannot do it.
It's why it's why it's attack defense because they couldn't call it terrorist counter terrorist. That's why that like original R6 copy that every fucking Milsim dad loves and fantasizes about is gone. Like the one we all know what I'm talking about, the one from E3.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I honestly like how it is now because it's. Man, the story like of the whole the lore being the 6 Invitational, all that, and that it's like a training program for them.
And then some guy being like,
coolest way
"What the
to do it.
fuck?"
Yeah.
Because like
I'm
that,
always jealous.
Harry summed up a lot of like the fucking lore heavy community that didn't like that. Not Harry, fucking Deimos. And
Yeah.
so now it's like it's kind of going back to what it was, where there's this new weird threat we don't know much about.
Well, now that he's Deimos is in this, I've really got to go back and start reading the books again because that means all of it's connected. Like it's all part. It's not just this is a one-off thing,
Oh yeah,
which I really want to figure out because that means they're probably going to pull some other stuff from it, which would be super cool.
Speaking of the test server, what do you guys think of the magnified ADS changes?
I really like it. The only one that's weird is the 1.5. That's 'cause they made the dot a lot bigger, like the old 1.5 housing.
Yeah.
Also, I might be the only person who likes the new bigger dot on Holloway.
Did they
That's
change
that's just the regular
Hollow A?
holographic.
It's got like a thicker dot in the middle.
Oh, I'm fine
Mm.
with that as well. I don't have an issue
It's
with it.
I
Yeah,
actually
like
kind of like
I
it
haven't
more
gotten the chance to hop on
because
that
it's
server yet.
a
I'm
little
blind,
bit
that'll
easier to
help me
see.
out.
Yeah, exactly. Plus,
I'm
they
blind,
also
that'll help
they
my ass
reduced
out.
the size on Hollow B as well. So like, if you really want a clean Hollow, just go use Hollow B.
Isn't Hollow B the?
It's the one that Mozzie had.
Oh, I love.
Oh,
that
the
one.
Mozzie? Oh, it's the
Or-
Razor one.
Hollow
one
C
on-
is the Cybertruck.
Oh, Cyber. Okay. Yeah.
And
the one that
Hollow
was on
D
the-
is the
the
Russian
Roni,
one that
right?
I don't trust if you use.
Hollow B is the one that was on the Roni before, right?
Roni and FMG.
Yes. That's the
Yes.
Razor.
Okay. Yeah. That the Hollow B is my Hollow. I love that one.
Just shout out
That
Hollow
one's
B
dope.
for real.
And I really like these changes because they've overall slowed down the ADS speeds for every gun across the board. Because they've even said it themselves that the TDMN is not here to stay. And I really like these ADS changes, and not just ADS changes. They've also
Sorry,
sent
go ahead.
changes to They've also sent changes to grips as well. So like vertical grip just deals with vertical recoil. Horizontal deals with
Movement speed.
walking ADS speed, and then angled deals with reload speed, and then the laser sight deals with just overall ADS speed. I think it's all really good.
I do think it's
Yeah,
funny
I
that the
like
laser sight has quite literally become a COD laser where magically makes you aim faster. Whoa.
Whoa.
Well, I think
Find my realistic
I'm just
sight.
I'm just being a
Right.
smart ass, don't worry. I'm not
it doesn't really make too much sense, but I like that there's more customization to the weapons
Yeah.
now. Like it's not just because with the vertical and horizontal grips, it was like which one actually gives the best recoil. Like there was an objectively better recoil on
Yeah.
on most guns with that. But now it's like you have options. You can give up that recoil control for reload speed. If like I think on the Roni, that's going to be great, especially with how many bullets on it. Reload speed could be pretty fun on that.
Plus, the Roni has an ACOG.
On Mozzie.
Yeah. Has
Which
ACOG.
there's
Does
some
it?
talks about taking that away and giving it to Jaeger. Also, this
Jaeger
is just
ACOG
hypothetical.
again.
Apparently, Yubi is thinking about just giving everyone an ACOG for a bit of the test server and seeing how it goes.
Oh, that's gonna be hell.
Which
I want to do it.
I
Wait,
think-
make arcade mode.
I think
I
it's
feel like that
actually
would either be great or
I
horrible.
think it's a really good idea, and this is why. If everyone has an ACOG, nobody's at a magnification disadvantage.
The only thing
Okay,
I,
but
I
that
s-
kind of brings up the question, like, why wouldn't they try that with the 1.5?
Because the issue with the 1.5 was overall that it was just too good. Like with the
Well,
ACOG and the 1X, there's an upside and a downside. Like, yes, you have ult magnification, but now you're too zoomed in. You can't see the guy that just swung you from your left. Whereas with the 1X, you have no magnification, but you can see that guy now.
I also think it's just more of like not giving it to everyone because one, I think that gives a massive advantage to defenders. The
Yeah.
reason the sites they don't have too many ACOGs usually is because they're holding the angles. If you got magnification, you can see it's easier to hold the angles and everything. Like I feel like there's a different way of how the sites affect attackers and defenders.
I'd still want to see them try it at least, because I feel like if we don't try it,
Yeah, I think it could be fun. I think it could
I
be
think
like
it could be fun. I don't know if it would last, but I think it could be like fun for like a little bit. Just go in, just fuck around with all the ACOGs. Like, let's be real, it would be really fun to fuck around with, like Caveira's gun with an ACOG or something like that.
Yeah.
can I put it on her pistol?
No.
That's a scuffed combo.
Where the hell would you even do that?
Bro, it's a 2-shot, dog.
is
ACOG on her pistol would be nasty.
You're just gonna look up in small tower, see Shifty spawn beacon you with Caveira ACOG.
And you bet your
Replace-
ass I'm jumping up that window and getting that fucking interrogation. I don't care who spawned with you. I'm getting
You're
your ass.
spawning teeth. You're spawning teeth. And you're jumping out that window, bro. What?
Yes, sir.
Breaks
replace
legs on the breaks your
story
legs on the way
Titan
down.
RG15 with an ACOG.
Oh god.
no. Wait.
I think we've gone too far.
You think?
Also,
SMG-12?
It's really
ACOG?
weird to me that Deimos doesn't have an ACOG.
That is strange.
His pistol's got a big ass sight.
It's a 1X.
It's actually not that good.
Oh, it looks like a big ass sight.
It's just a really clean reticle 1X.
Mhm.
Oh, got it.
Although I do wish there was an option to remove their.
I do as well. At the same time, the iron sights on the revolvers historically aren't great, so I see why they did that.
I just want the
Well,
hairy impression.
I don't
Plus-
think they gave him. Yeah, I was about to say. I don't think they gave him an ACOG because I mean he killed Harry at close range. Why would they give him an ACOG? He doesn't need it.
I think it's
He
more
did
so
point
because, like, I wish there was an option to take it off for the people who want to take it off. But at the same time, like, that's his, like, only line of defense when his gadget is up. So that's why they gave him that sight, so that way he can actually, like, fight back.
That's fair.
Another thing I really want to get to, and we can knock down these points really fast because we have the rest of the seasons that we gotta get through as well.
mouse is
Repel
dead. Sorry.
repel improvements and gadget projectile trajectory.
I hate the projectile trajectory. I feel like it's more of a
I'm
distraction
gonna
than
be
anything.
instantly turning
Yeah.
that off.
Like,
Yeah,
it's
I don't
good
know
for
about
new
that.
players or players that don't really know, like, what's the range on this. Like, if you want to know the range on a new projectile, yeah, I'll turn it on and go fuck around and custom for a little bit. But once I have it down, I'm turning that shit back off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
That's real.
It's gonna be immediately turned off for most players.
the repel it's cool, but, like, I haven't really felt it that much. All I've noticed is the animation is different.
I'm gonna
The
be real.
animation is different, but you can repel faster and you get off repel faster.
I'll have to try it
don't-
more then.
I
It's
don't
a
fucking-
very minuscule amount though.
It's still gonna be noticeable. I feel like if you're like, because like one of the big things they said was like you can now like repel while sprinting, which is gonna be
Yeah.
huge. And then for like the rest of the seasons, we got the recruit reward coming up, which, if done right, that could be really fun.
Now,
Could be.
I have heard one thing, and that is people are saying that they might just port the recruits from Siege Mobile into regular Siege. Now, I don't know how true that is. They
I
are
need to
using
download
these,
that. I forgot.
they are using these same operator images from Siege Mobile.
Mm.
So
Could
I'm
just be
not really
placeholders, though.
sure. They could just be placeholders.
It could be
Um,
placeholders. They could be updating them to match that style visually.
Yeah. But I think a recruit rework overall to also allow him to come to ranked as well, which is pretty cool. I don't know what to really expect from recruit rework, but I'm actually pretty excited for that, and it's a welcome change.
And
And
then
customize him, so the UN Peacekeeper skin is not off the table for his
yeah, and then also we have the new operator coming season 3, which we don't really know a lot about. So I feel like let's wait until season 2, then kind of start talking about like what would be cool to see in a defender.
Mhm.
And then finally, well, for so long, Blackbeard rework.
Blackbeard rework.
Listen, the game
What do
director
you
was
do though?
I can play as the Undertaker again. Let's go. Finally, bro, I was so mad that they released that skin, and I was like, all right, who's it for? Blackbeard.
Fuck.
Fuck, that's so why?
man,
You,
you gotta
to
wait
be
for-
fair,
Did they wait? Hold on, because I was working the whole. Did they say anything about what they're actually like playing? Or
no.
just
So
it's just that
I'll
he's
say
getting a They
he's
literally,
getting
come on.
they didn't even say it
Yeah, they
was
didn't even specifically
Blackbeard,
say that it was Blackbeard.
but they did say
just said-
it's everyone's favorite American who needs an update. So
Yeah, and I think
Oh,
I
yeah,
think
that's
on the
Blackbeard.
reveal the reveal like
panel.
picture, the roadmap picture, it just said American Operator rework.
Yeah.
That's
Imagine it's
all it
Valk.
said.
Imagine it's Valk.
Ubisoft comes out of nowhere, reworks Warden.
Oh no.
Thing that nails in the coffin that it's Blackbeard is that he mentioned something about cosplayers, and he said that he'll be able to cosplay this character really well. The game director's bald and has a big beard,
No, it's Blackbeard. He can't.
and
He
it's
can't do that
Blackbeard.
for.
I instantly knew. I was like,
And listen,
"Damn, it's Blackbeard."
I will laugh if it ends up being fucking Valk and he ends up in a fucking Valk cosplay to announce it. Like, imagine that's what it is. They're baiting us, thinking that it's gonna be Blackbeard, and then when they announce it as Valk, he walks out in that shit.
Bro, we gotta
Also-
we gotta get Milosh to dress up as Maestro again.
A lot of
Yes.
people were bitching and whining about there's like no new map, no new operator, or two new operators. My honest response: who fucking cares? Every time you fuckers get a new map, you play it for 2 games and decide you hate it.
Say it for the people in the back. Say it again.
Like
say it again.
Like I will say, Layer is kind of shit for ranked. I do think Layer's kind of shit. Emerald actually pretty fun
Y'all-
once you learn it.
Y'all fucking
I mean,
sleeping
no,
on that
let's
shit.
let's look at
Y'all
Night
fucking
Haven.
sleeping on
Yeah,
Emerald.
everyone
How
hated Night
long
Haven.
were people saying that Night Haven was horrible, and now you look
Bro.
into the competitive side of the game at all?
Bro,
It's
Greatest
one of the
greatest
most
game five.
loved maps
it's
in comp right
just
now.
the most. It's like the most 50-50 map. I don't feel like I'm getting fucked on Night Haven because I got the bad side.
Mhm.
Very good. I like how there's I don't know, it kind of feels like Clubhouse in some respects, and I think that's why I
Like,
like
yes,
it.
at first it sucked to learn, but that's every new map. And then once you learned it, you realized that they actually knocked it out of the park with Night Haven. I think they knocked out of the park with Layer on the aesthetic. Because
It's-
Layer,
I like Lair overall.
let's say it, I'm gonna say it, Layer is the coolest map in the fucking game.
Layer's just really fucking big.
It's
Yeah.
big,
It's such a big map.
but like the level of detail, like in the Deimos office, if you look in the drawer, like you know the recorders Harry had for like the first few SI trailers, you can find one of those playing his voice.
Yeah.
It's like
I-
there's detail there that you wouldn't even think of, and it's super cool.
The reason
Or
I
like
think
looking at looking at the pin boards and seeing the pictures of like Emerald or
things,
whatnot.
yeah.
Like they're just
Also, I really
it's
like the
detail
fact
that's not in
that
other
you
maps.
can just straight up run onto the roof from spawn. That's a detail I think is
Yeah.
really cool, and I want to see them experiment with it more.
Another thing,
Yeah.
before we even continue, that cinematic on Emerald Plains was sick.
I haven't
Got it.
seen it yet, but I'm planning on seeing it. I'm gonna watch it at some point tonight. It's
But I also
good.
wanted to add like the whole people don't want to learn maps is because like no one. It's the reason we're in like a TDM meta thing. No one plays strategic siege anymore. No one wants
Yeah.
to get the diffuser and get it down. They want to pick. I know this is an outdated pick, but fuck with me here. Twitch with F2 with ACOG and just spray down and kill everyone and then rank up. Like people just want to do that. That's
Yeah.
why when the
Also-
guns that are just killing everything get removed, everyone bitches and complains.
I'm
They
gonna
can't
just
think for themselves.
go
and
out
play
on another
strategically.
limb here. Which needs the F2 vert back if ACOG's coming back? Because, like, I am not controlling that shit without a bird. I'm gonna be for
He
real.
needs an attack. At least,
yeah.
like,
Just
something.
open the grip slot back up. 'Cause I think that everyone now has the option between horizontal, vert angled.
Yeah.
And, like,
Nah, I'm not
even...
gonna lie. Fucking leave that shit dead. I fuck with this DMR play a lot more. I'm not gonna lie. Leave that shit dead. Leave that shit dead. DMR
But at least
for life.
give people the option.
I would like to have the
Nah.
option of it. I'd like to have the option of at least, like, angled and horizontal. We don't have to do vert, but I would like at least, like, pick between angled and horizontal. Because, again, I like the new, like, gun build feature where there's ups and downs at every attachment now. And it's not just, like, what sight do you want?
Yeah.
There's clear.
Which
up
is
and down.
literally what you have with Twitch F2 is it's just what
A
sight.
sight.
Also,
Yeah,
the
well,
laser thing was like a shadow nerf to shotguns as well.
It was.
But, like, at
Yeah.
the same time, they were hitting so fucking hard it was kind of needed.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
don't
mean, the
think
only shotgun that I was throwing a laser on was Bailiff, anyways. So
I think on
Yeah,
Mossberg,
shotguns-
just because if you threw a laser on the Mossberg and it hit just right, you could quite literally spawn pick someone with it.
fair.
That's true.
One other thing I really want to highlight. Now, this was revealed to us 3 to 4 years
In a
ago
dream.
in a
Sorry.
dream. And the devs haven't talked about it since until now, and that's the in-game Siege Cup. The in-game
Okay.
tournament bracket coming to the game every
I'm
year.
really excited for this, but I'm curious, what are the special awards? Because if it's like just charms and stuff, who gives a fuck? But like, if you can get bundles or credits, yeah, Shifty always cares.
Yeah, I'm always up for some competitive.
If you can,
man.
if you let Shifty inflate his ego, he will.
What? No, it's not about my ego. I just like to compete, man.
Yeah,
I just like to compete.
I'm fucking with you. Don't worry.
I've been out the game too long, man. I want to get back into it. I can't wait for those. I really want to play those.
It's like also, I think the badges, like, let's be real, but let's be honest, they totally stole that from 2042.
Oh, 100%.
But I'm
Yeah.
so glad they did because it's
It looks
cool.
so nice. So nice.
like I saw one that was extraction based, so I think that you might be able to get some just for doing events.
Really?
They're so good.
I'm about to fuck with the Rainbow's Magic Badge hard. That's all I'm saying. And then
No, that'd be
like
dope.
it's just cool to be able to like see, oh, this guy's got a lot of kills on the MP5K, or like, oh, this guy's really good at playing the case.
Yeah.
Another really big one I want to get into is more of the anti-cheat side of things, and that is Zim players, if caught by Mousetrap using a mouse and keyboard, will automatically get placed into PC lobbies.
I mean, Jess saw on Twitter. I know Jess saw what happened on Twitter,
Quite
But a
literally,
Zim
you and
dude
me
came
were
to
just
me.
like,
and he was trying to say, "Oh, you guys will see when you have to face against a DMR with a recoil macro." I'm like, bitch, I've been seeing when I fucking go against a Tachanka in the sky shooting 70 rounds a second. Fuck you mean I'll see? No,
Yeah,
you'll
man,
fucking see.
We got
We'll
people
have to go against your cheaters, but guess what? They'll have to go against ours too.
Bro.
You just showed up, dog.
How
We've
many-
been here for years. We've been here for years in
Okay,
these trenches.
I'm just gonna say this. Because we all relate to this. Every motherfucker on PC Siege can relate to throwing up someone to see a rappel come through the floor, and all of a sudden, Callie's right next to you.
Yeah.
Or a flying Tachanka. Like,
Rage Chunka.
Or
And-
some guy mysteriously spinning up white stairs. Ooh, scary.
or a drone that shoots bullets.
That one was
or a
okay. I'm not
drone
gonna
that
lie.
flies at
The-
you and then blows
the-
up and kills you.
The full auto
Or-
Twitch drum was funny as fuck. It was annoying, but it was really funny.
Or bullets that acted as basically hard breach charges. That shit was crazy.
Like, I'm gonna say this. I don't agree with cheating, but if you're gonna cheat, rage cheat, because a lot of the rage cheats.
Because then at least it's funny.
No, because I'm gonna say this.
At least we'll get content out of it.
No,
dog.
because it's also
Like-
like, a lot of the rage cheats are just really cool to see how they kind of like reverse engineer the game to give themselves that advantage.
No,
like
some of it makes me think these motherfuckers are wizards. Like, how do you
I mean,
how
it
do
was,
you even
it
get
was
there?
really
Like,
funny.
how
like,
do you find the Maverick bullet holes thing?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
crazy. I don't know. There's got to be some developer selling the fucking code at that point. Swear to
I
God.
think it was really funny for the longest time. It could still even be going on. I don't know because I don't play ranked anymore. Because I mean, we all know why.
Yep.
I'm not even kidding. Me
But
and Exotics.
it was really funny. You could just look at people. You could use our 6 tracker. You could see, oh, that guy has 7.0 KD. I wonder if we're gonna see him with a Flores drone. and then prep phase would start, and there's just a drone flying by you. We're like,
Yup.
yep, I'm about to blow up 5 seconds into the round.
Yep.
You wanna know what
The
my
Flores drone
fucking
sucked.
favorite one was?
Which
The
one?
this is an old one, but the maestros jumping out of the map in year 5.
Oh my god, that was
Just
was my favorite
instantly going up to the sky.
It's just you got a detection ping. He just shot the ISS, rain hell down on you.
He's
Nah,
the real lion drone.
My favorite is still the Twitch auto. That shit.
That one was so funny.
It was the like graphics glitch because it was firing so much that the Twitch drone would be here, but the like lightning would be here. Like,
No, it's because the lightning is like a different projectile from the drone.
yeah, it was so funny to see it just shooting around the map. I love that one. That one.
Also,
was-
apparently there was one where Zero's bullet, or Zero, not Zero's bullet, Zero's cam had the ability to shoot his AR, which, like, what? I wouldn't even be mad.
Just a gun comes out the wall,
starts
just
shooting
like-
at you.
I wouldn't even be mad, bro. Like,
Damn, that's crazy.
it's like that bug in the Valorant beta where if you drop the Cypher cam a pistol, it could hold a gun, and it was just like people would just buy the fucking shotgun and just kill people with the camera. It was funny. It was broken, but it was funny.
Yeah, if glitches is funny, I'm fine with it. Like,
Like, look, if you're gonna cheat, rage cheat, make it funny, please.
yeah, at least make me laugh as I'm losing my.
It's
my
also
fucking
funny
elo.
seeing cheater wars.
Oh, HDH. as,
those are
When both teams have a race cheater and there's just everyone in the chat is arguing over which cheater is better.
I've apparently there's been like people in chat who have lost money betting on which cheater's gonna win, which is really funny to me.
I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that.
What?
Yeah.
Did you not hear about
people-
this?
Parlay on cheaters?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, it's like yeah, they both teams would
Bin
get it. And
butter
they're like, all
parlay.
right, $20 on cheater A. Like, hey man, make your money somehow, bro.
Money somehow.
There's also some people I know. I'm not gonna say names. 'Cause I don't want to out them, but they'll know when they hear this. That will boost
I do it.
accounts.
I'll out myself.
Nah,
if that
nah,
happens, I'm
nah,
betting money on it.
Nah, nah, you don't understand. These guys will get paid, boost accounts, then go to Ubisoft and rat on who they boosted.
That's
Oh my
crazy.
god, that's an infinite money.
The ultimate fucking that's robbery. That's robbery.
It's robbery, but it's funny.
that's, that's crazy.
I have to cut a lot in this out.
Another update they're doing with Battle Eye is something that Valorant does, where if a cheater's detected and matches immediately canceled, you won't lose MMR. And
I don't think it's BattleEye anymore. I'm pretty sure they lost their contract with BattleEye.
Yeah, they're using something called QB now, which is
QB is an in-house system as well, which
Yep, finally.
finally.
we don't have to
Finally.
get stuck with the shit that is Battle Eye.
Look, I'm gonna say this. Me and Exhaustion played Unranked the other night. We played 8 games of Unranked. Nothing. Let's play a game of Ranked. Instant 7.0
I
on the other
open up
team.
R6 tracker, someone with a 12.7 on the other on the other team.
Bro, I'm gonna be real. It got to the point where I just stopped using R6 tracker because if they were cheating, I didn't want to know they were cheating unless it was blatant. Like
Yeah.
I wanted to believe that listen, I'm just ass and you're just better.
The
Like I just
only
wanted to believe it.
reason that I still use R6 trackers because I still do a lot of streaming with
Yeah.
the Elevate stack. I play with them a lot, and I don't want to have all of my Twitch streams just be us getting 4-0'd by cheaters.
Yeah, of course.
So if I can get us to avoid a game against a cheater, I'll do it. We all have alt accounts we can play on. It's better than my entire stream just being us dying to cheaters.
I just always solo queue to just like pull up the R6 tracker and see the KD, and then my mental would just be chalked, and I just wouldn't
Yeah.
enjoy the game and just be.
Or
suffering.
I think you made it a rule in the stack nobody was allowed to call out KDs in that R6 tracker because it would shock everyone.
Yeah, because then it'd be someone who's just like it got to such a point because we were all so fucking paranoid. Like I don't blame you. We were paranoid because there were so many cheaters that it'd be like, oh, this guy has a 1.8 KD. He's probably like it's a high KD, but come on, man, like it could be fine. And then we just get swamped because it just chalked our.
I
mental
also
away.
remember when we used to play a lot back when it was like back in comp. I was friends with a lot of cheaters, just so when we would play them, we would actually either have fun or they would just outright throw the game for us.
Yeah, that saved our ass a few times.
It saved I remember in the free weekend it saved your ass like 5 times.
because it was just like I I want to play a fair game, man. Like, just let's play.
It's like plus when we were playing. I thought I remember playing with a couple of your IRL friends, Shifty. We got one. He recognized me and he goes, "Yo, just for you, I'll turn it off." Fuck it. And I was like, "Cool, thanks, dude."
Yeah, that was fun. I think we still lost that game, but like the fact that it was a legit.
Yeah,
game,
it's almost like when you can see people through walls, you develop pretty good game sense.
Like even if I lose the game, if it was a good game, I'll enjoy it. Like I'm not gonna be bitter. But if it was just I lost to someone because they paid $200 for someone else's fucking code, fuck that, man. I hate this shit.
$60 a week to use fucking hack machine.
Yeah.
It's $60 a week.
Some cheats are $60 a week. Yeah.
Why?
Listen,
I mean,
Why
or
would
you could just
anybody-
buy a DMA for $1,500. Like that works too.
1,500.
I don't know how much they are, but I know that if you want to run a DMA, you have to have another PC to do it.
Another PC?
yes.
What? Bro,
Yeah.
just spend $60 and fucking 2 hours a day in goddamn T-Hunt, or I guess the shooting range now, and you'll just get fucking better.
Literally,
bring
spend
T-Hunt
all
back.
that money.
Like, if you
No,
really
bring
need
it, bring it back.
go spend that shit like on a Metafy coach or something. Just like
Buy a car. What the fuck? $1,500? Buy a $1,500. A whole nother PC is $60 a month. Dog, that's a brand new fucking car and gas money. What are you talking about? Like, what the fuck are you
the
talking
brand new
about?
car in Habitat in California. Let's go.
Oh, bro, that makes me so mad. That's stupid.
Anything to win for
That's
some
so
people.
expensive.
Okay. We've virtually ticked off every point on our list.
Yeah. So
Is there
it's, I guess, welcome to silly season, boys. I had one final idea. Dream a major location, either because of the crowd or because it's accessible to you. I'll go first here. Sydney, Australia. Because if
Yeah,
you've ever
boy.
seen like IEM Sydney or any event in Australia, you know those guys, they're like Brazil, but they just have a lot of fun. Like, there's a clip of them just singing the alphabet. It's really funny. All right, let's hear it from you guys.
Shifty,
Brett?
come on.
No, I gotta think about this one, man. I gotta think about this one.
Okay. Exotic. What do you think yours is?
I don't have a good answer
There's no right or
or
wrong answer
necessarily
here.
a justifiable answer, but I have an answer.
Which is
Oslo, Norway. Because first of all, Norwegians are respectful as fuck. So I think that would be a cool audience.
also Scandinavia. The Scandinavian are just fucking like really pretty.
But also, I'm Scandinavian as fuck, and I think it would be cool to go there for a major.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna go your route too. I was debating it. It's not justifiable now, and I hope that eventually we can get the viewership there. But Ireland, I want a major in
I knew it.
Ireland. I
Shit.
want.
We literally, me and Red were
I
talking this last night. We were like,
yesterday.
Shifty's gonna say Ireland.
Ireland, bro. Like I want to go. I want to go.
Follow up. Where in Ireland? What city in Ireland?
Oh man, that's hard. You can. I'm not just saying that one. Nah, that's crazy. You're not let me make you.
In Dublin?
I was gonna say, let's. I hope it's on a Star Wars movie comes out, so we get a photo in front of the Dublin lightsaber.
It could be Dublin would be probably the one that they go with, but no, Ireland would be great. That I really want to go. I want to fucking live there one day.
All right,
But yeah, that
Red.
would be awesome.
What's yours?
My dream location would probably be in one of the Arab countries, somewhere like Abu Dhabi, maybe Saudi Arabia, because we already have the logistics to support an event there, and I really would love to go there for and watch a Siege event, and the region really likes
If
Siege,
they
and
like, I know that like trying to figure people, Saudi Arabia is like more progressive on it, so I'd be down for a Riyadh major.
yeah, Riyadh
The
would be
issue-
That would be dope.
The only issue is that can they guarantee safe passage for all like the fucking content and everybody wants to go? Because that was the hang up on the first meta major. Because it was I think it was going to be the UAE, and the UAE does not fuck around. And like, there are casters that are openly gay. There's a caster that's openly trans. It's like, that's just a risk. And like, respectfully, I love C, but I also love not getting stoned to death.
Yeah, but it's like that's not all of Arab
It's not
No,
countries.
all the Middle East, but like at the
no,
same time,
no.
it's a very, very big thing there still.
But
And it's like,
they're also drastically different. Like it's
like
Saudi
I've met a
Arabia's
lot of
perfectly fine.
people from the Middle East that are really chill with me, and I met some that literally wish that I burned in a lake of fire. It just kind of depends.
Oh yeah, you meet some Americans that'll do that too.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah,
it's different.
It's just
it
that
is
thing where it's
different.
like, if they, I'd be down for it, but it has to be a thing where like they can absolutely guarantee everyone's gonna be safe, no one's gonna get fucked up. That's why I think it would be
Yeah.
Saudi, because Saudi is like the most
Because-
progressive country.
Because the problem when they first revealed it was that everybody jumped to conclusions and completely canceled the event without taking the input from the people from the actual region itself. And
Yeah,
that pissed a lot of,
like
and
there's
that pissed a lot of people off.
it's just that thing where it's like there's a lot of like it's like with Brazil. There's a lot of Brazil fans that are psychotic and send death threats and spit on players. But a lot of Brazil fans are like they're like don't get me wrong, like some of them are toxic assholes and need to just fuck off. But there's a lot of them that are actually like really passionate about the game and just want to see it do well. They don't care who's playing, they just want to see people play. Like yes, they want to see their heroes win, but as long as there's good siege in front of them, they will show up and watch.
Yeah, that's the thing with like meta and all that is their teams are great and the fans are great and all that, but at the end of the day, we don't have access to government bodies when the government bodies are the ones that are people aren't going to want to feel
I
safe
think
around,
with Riyadh, it's also different because you have to remember, like Saudi wants to invest in esports. They
Yeah.
have that investment fund that like funds the ESL FACEIT group. So they would, if presented the chance to hold an R6 major, especially with how big it's becoming now. Shout out Jinxie. Like with all this, they would jump at the opportunity to hold it there, and they would be like, "Yep, we'll guarantee safe passage. We'll help if you need help. Just let us know." I feel like that would be something they'd be definitely down to do.
No, that would be dope. I've always wanted to go to
Like, cause I
Middle
will say, the Middle East is like really cool, like architecturally. Also, like
East
some of
is
the
dope.
landscapes there are super cool. But it's just one of those things, just like, oh, I'll never be able to visit because I'm a woman.
Well, it's one of those things where it's like people never been there and never seen the culture, so they have and they just listen
Hollywood
online.
bastardization.
All like they just listen to like everything around them. Like if you go there, you'll completely have a different perception, and that's mainly what happened with Qatar when it came to the FIFA World Cup.
Mhm.
It
It's
really changed
I
people's
heard
perception.
a lot of like bad shit about Qatar there, but at the same time, like they seemed pretty chill. The only thing I thought was kind of fucky was that like they just
No,
outright
they
canceled a
seem
bigger
to have
sponsorship. But at the same time, like that's their view. You got like
yeah.
you're in their house. You have to respect their views.
hmm Okay,
Because I
is there
remember,
any?
because I remember like
Yeah,
vaguely we were doing a fast food tier list, and we had to rank half them on names because Red just couldn't eat half of them.
yeah, no. Like I've had some of them in like Arab countries because there it's halal there, but yeah, like I cut off like 98% of everything on that list.
Like half of it was like we literally had a tier that was just funny name. We can't say anything else, and like half of yours just ranked off the name.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yep, nope, gone, 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 goodbye.
I also remember
One
at
of
SI there was a pizza place and a hot dog place, and every time we were sat next to the hot dog place because our seats were on that side for the team we wanted to cheer for.
Nah, I just walked to the other side and got pizza, or I
Like
just didn't eat it all.
it was like, or you would just smuggle in like tidbits or some shit.
Yeah, I
Hey,
didn't.
hey, he didn't smuggle in nothing. Hold up, he didn't smuggle nothing into the place.
Security just didn't care. Security there just didn't care. Like someone bought McDonald's in.
he looks terrified.
What are
FBI,
they
open up.
gonna? What are they gonna do? The event's over.
Boom, boom. Okay.
All right,
Um.
but I'm pretty sure that's just about it.
I'm gonna
Yeah.
charge my mouse now.
Anyone have
Okay.
any final regards or anything? All right, then
Bolo
let's.
number one. Bolo number one.
Are you savoring it while you can?
Bolo number one.
All right, well,
All right.
that's
Well,
it. We'll probably be back to discuss whatever crazy roster move comes out next.
Yep.
Before
if-
like M80 signs Bolo or something. I don't know.
I have
Yeah,
like
it doesn't next to the 12th of March is when the new season comes out, right?
12th of March of the new season. I think like a week after that, Pro League starts. We're gonna hear.
I
We're
have-
about to be hearing a lot these next 2 weeks.
I have basically a less than a month to root for the players I want to root for, and then I am locked in. It is gonna
Vamos
suck.
W7M.
Vamos W7M's roster.
Vamos.
I still gotta
Whatever.
buy a jersey. Listen, If W7M wins, no, if DZ wins the Invitational, I'm buying their jersey. Listen, I have a 2-win rate. G2 won last year, W7M won this year.
I'd say I get a tattoo, but I know that that's gonna get shut down again.
I'll get a bolo tattoo.
I'll do it. I'll get a
bolo
DZ tattoo.
I'm down.
All right,
I'm down.
I already have a tattoo.
Look,
It's
let's
not like
all right,
something
let's-
I won't do.
let's
I've got
call
one on my
dibs on the
wrist.
jerseys now. I want Canadian.
Bolo.
Hello.
Nope,
Damn.
I said it first. Bolo.
NGL.
See, Bolo is my favorite player of all time, but I knew that I was not going to be the first to say it, so I didn't even try.
So we have Canadian, Bolo,
I
and
will die
JR.
on this hill.
All
dog.
you
I
got
will
left,
try.
guys, is Nafe and Pambo. Which one do you want?
I'll go Nafe.
All right, sorry, Pambo.
He's another blondie. He's another blondie.
That's fair.
Like, come on. Gotta represent.
There is
Wait,
no
wait.
Pamba party here.
What if we all coordinate this shit and y'all show up with DZ jerseys? I show up in the TSM one. Am I gonna be excommunicate, guys?
You're still
That was
if,
not the
if
word.
it still says Bolo on it, then you're good.
Does it still count?
I mean, it still does count. Bolo's name
This
is on it.
it's the CG.
They show up-
jersey.
Nah, it's Red shows up in the DZ and JR. Exotic shows up in M&M Nafe. Shifty shows up in TSM Bolo. I show up in SG Canadian.
No, that would actually go hard.
That would go hard.
That would be
That
kind
would
of
actually go hard. No, that would actually go hard. I have to get the jersey before they fucking go bankrupt. I have to get
Yeah,
it
let
before
me-
they go
let me-
bankrupt.
I can still even get that. Hold up.
I can't look because my fucking mouse is dead.
All right,
I'm just doing
Oh.
it on my phone.
I'm charging my mouse.
that's it. We will see you all in about like
2 weeks time.
out next week, maybe week after that.
Maybe the week after. Give it.
Who
some time.
knows? We'll see when Ross News comes out. Thanks for watching. This was Sitrep. I'm Jess,
I'm red.
I'm exotics.
and
Ship-
Shippy's gone. Shippy's gone to the
Shippy's
Shadow Realm. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see y'all next time.
Bye.